Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Balance Podcast, where we get everything wrong and have to go back and do it again. And
People the characters. How could you guys? Now we have to go back to make sure our opinions are factual.
yep.
Consequences of my actions are certainly consequences. Also, hi, I'm here.
This is Lucas. He has a voice now.
You wouldn't believe what my doctor told me, but that's a story for another day.
Yep. We've got a pretty big list of characters that we're gonna try and look over again. We probably won't get to all of them this episode, considering the entire OB stock is on this list. But
Thank
we're
you.
gonna try
Okay.
and get through at least I'd say like about half the list or so. That feels like a good amount.
Yeah.
And we'll do the rest of them next time, I guess.
Yeah.
So first up, we got Boris. This is one we've talked about for a good while.
Yeah. We already know where this is going. If you haven't seen any of the discussion in any episodes post Boris's ranking, then go back and watch those. Deodia, something, feeling funny is funny. He has to go down because of it.
yeah.
It is a
Long
shame.
story
It's
short,
making
after we ranked Boris, we ended up making a rule that we shouldn't factor badges into this too much because any character can be good with badges, and as a result, Boris, his original reasoning didn't really apply as much now. So yeah.
It's a shame,
For the
honestly.
Could
record,
you say
TB,
he
if you're
got
watching this is
rounded
also why
to A tier?
Coca-Cola isn't SSS tiered. Anyways,
Yeah.
Honestly, I think any character could be SSS tier with badges.
yeah, pretty much.
So what
Anyways,
I'm gonna do is equip 20 mod tools and make my moves blatantly overpowered.
so yeah, first up for the actual characters that have gotten some changes, we've got Hearty, classic C tier, which is I didn't I didn't really agree with C tier when we first ranked him, and I feel like he's gotten some decent enough buffs since then. So we'll see how this turns out.
During their time in the C division, they have defined the metagame with the boosting moves being as simple as that. Well,
Yep.
efficient, to say the least.
Yeah.
But
Tentacle
now that we
capture.
have to go back,
Tentacle Catcher can now inflict -1 power for 2 turns if the opponent is unable to be immobilized. It's simple, but it does the job. It gives
it
Heartbeat
makes
something to
tentacle
do.
capture not a dead slot. That's the important part.
Yep. Healing Heart now costs more, but also grants 5 turns of HP regen. I will mention I'll get to mention the pre-reset thing, and this move used to be 2 FP for 1 HP heal plus 2 turns of HP regen, and it's like, okay, just make that 4 HP, man.
Shit.
Anyways, also yeah. Oh yeah, Mokaya's versions of all these moves, pretty neat. This one
Yeah.
seems decently strong, along with the new FP cost. Next up we have Parasitic Intention / Living Parasite. I think this is the same name as before. It's Leech for 3 turns. Leech is fine enough. And Mokaya's Call just makes it 3 staff attack.
It's staff attack.
Mokaya's Call on that note. I think this is the same but yeah, Mokai gives Blackout, Spite, +1 POW, and Bloodlust, which not the worst thing. Blackout
It
does
also
kind of stink, but at the very least, it does sort of synergize with Spite.
Yeah, you get like
and you also
blackout
do
and
get
then a bunch
first
of other
say.
cool stuff.
You do get
Yeah,
first say with your moves for however much that matters. Which is
yeah,
probably really good for PvP when considering one of their moves is tentacle capture.
and also you have Crash Fight and Wind. Yeah, Twinkle Tentacle and Dwindling Tentacles. These are both good.
It's literally
This is
just a
like
power buff.
the main thing you want to use Heartbeat for most of the time. At least before the
There's
update.
a
That's
Well,
the
there
reason.
main
might be a
thing
bit
that
more
you
reason
see
to use them
hurts.
otherwise. But
There's a
still.
reason this guy tops the charts in the C division. It's this
Yep.
move specifically.
You also got Crash Flight, which might be good with that Bloodlust. Um, basically, you can't be targeted for a turn, and then the next turn you deal 6 damage and take 3 recoil. Mokai's version just allows it to break shields, if they have one, but it doesn't do any damage if that happens.
Yeah.
Also, if Ready Up is applied, the untargetable part is changed into 1 turn of Dodgy, which is allowed to be increased by status plus. So that's neat.
Right?
Doesn't make the untargetable thing just completely worthless. Anyways, you also got Friendship Spell, which inflicts charm for 3 turns. Once again, very good in PvP.
I can imagine.
Yeah, Charmed is a funny status.
I think
And with
it
Mokai,
technically
this
works on
inflicts
bosses
Insane for 4
too.
turns.
Insane is an
Oh,
equally funny status.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the final smash, I don't think this has changed. It's 5 HP and 5 FP heal to all allies, and then all opponents get charmed for 2 turns.
Alright,
And
so
if
real
they're
quick,
already
what's
charmed,
the
they get possessed instead.
so was the personalized badge section here before?
I think it was. I think it was like a separate document, but I do believe it was here.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then
And
Mokai
now they're just on the
deals 7 piercing damage and inflicts excruciating pain and blackout for 3 turns. And also, Mokai will become permanent after this.
Whereas
Uh,
the Mokai fans are going wild.
Birthright lets him use specials from the form he's not in. Probably nice for some of Mokai's moves, since those are
Yeah.
at least most of them are at least somewhat better as a whole. Like particularly tentacle capture as piercing now, but yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it just lets you get the whole the whole quadfecta, I guess, of power buffs and death decreases and all that with Twinkle Tentacle and Dwindling Tentacles.
God.
Anyways, personalized badges. Inner Darkness. No more Heart Thief. There's only Mokai. Mokai does not come with the statuses from Mokai's call because I refuse to let him die on the pavement.
Just Mokai. Just Mokai.
Let's see here. Spread the
Okay, could
infection.
probably be a
Parasitic
micro
inventions cost
replacement.
4 FP more and inflicts Parasite for 3 turns. Mokai's call instead inflicts Paraleech. Alter Twinkle lets him spend 3 FP to grant speed up or +2 efficiency.
I would have made more badges so I add luck up, status up, evasion up, and so on, but Balance Council's sanity, I'm just gonna stick with the 4 main ones.
Yeah.
Understandable. But it would have been
Twinkle
funny.
Tentacle GX grants +1 Omni to himself and all allies for 2 turns. And this costs 9 FP, and once it ends, the move and the original Twinkle Tentacle are on cooldown for 2 turns. Mokai's also has its own version of this. Parasol Protection gives him a 7 HP shield with permanent magnetized. But and if it breaks before the turn is over, he remains magnetized until the turn ends. Mokai's Call makes it a 2-hit shield instead, and it's still magnetized. So yeah. This one seems new. I don't recall him having. Yeah, these last 2 seem new though. A familiar face. He he char He blanks out for 1 turn, which I assume is a charge turn, then he straight up infests directly into his opponent's mind powers. This inflicts 3 turns of Mega Parasites. Well, Kai's Call doesn't change anything here because I have no idea how to adjust it without altering the status.
Mega is a very funny status. For context, for the viewers at home, this basically just makes the opposing character Heart Thief for 3 turns.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I think Hearty getting a buff indirectly nerfs that status.
Finally! We have a way to nerf statuses we have problems with! Just
God.
I'm just going to make the status that turns everyone into Digit. And then the item that bans Digit will be able to ban more characters.
God. Love Blast. Shoots overwhelming amount of hearts onto someone, converting it onto Hearty's side. You will cast 8 FP equal to their max HP plus their power plus their defense, and yeah, you can't do it on boss summons though for obvious reasons.
Man.
Eldritch Blast just makes it cost 6 FP and inflict possessed for 1 turn. Which, yeah, probably worth that 3 VP and 6 FP and all that. Yeah. Aiden's Blessing just allows them to use their moves, each other's moves at an extra cost, so that's neat. And yeah, I'm not gonna look at the team up moves because you probably won't have those most of the time. I think Part D's definitely gotten some very notable improvements. I'd say this is definitely going up at least one tier.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. This drastically affects the metagame since Hurdy basically was just kind of the lead support of it.
Yeah, well, Cope.
Well, at the
The
very
This
question,
least,
tier is about to look
Vita still has
very bad.
Vicious Beat to work with.
the question is, do we put him in B tier or A tier?
What's the argument for A tier here?
Well, again, he has Twinkle Tentacle and stuff, and also just has a lot more stuff now. Like,
If the main argument we're using is Twinkle Tentacles, part of me is inclined to say B tier since +2 power is a very common thing for characters to apply nowadays, I think.
well, I mean, it's not just that, but like, I mean, if it was just that, he would have been there already. But like, I don't know, he just has a lot more options. Like, you got -1 power on the tentacle capture. You got a much more potent heal on Healing Heart. You got okay, this one's not changed, but also you got the funny charmed move for 3 turns, and also not to mention all the stuff Mokai has.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't honestly
I'm
put
part of
this in
B
like
tier. I'm
A
just
tier.
saying, want to make sure we're considering everything.
I'm considering it. Don't see it fully.
All right then.
Alright, so
Me
what's
win the
next on
B
the
tier.
list? Now that we've successfully
Let's
destroyed a metagame.
next up is B side ribbon. It was already
Oh,
at A tier, so this will be interesting.
I think I'm not sure if it changes spots, but at the same time, it's like a lot funnier of a kit, so.
She has tension magic now. This is probably worth looking at the character again at the very least.
Yes, I wasn't
Oh
arguing
yeah,
against
you're
looking at the
right.
character again.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing this a few times today, so get used to it. Tension magic. B-side ribbon can gather TP and has a brand new magic stat, which will buff her magic spells. Those make them even stronger. You get TP by doing a lot of things, mostly guarding, but dodging and getting hit will also buff it.
This, folks, is how we make guarding actually useful. Make it do something else.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, B-sides ribbon wrap. This run looks a little differently from pinks and whites and purples. The initial wrap costs more, but she has to spend less per turn to keep them wrapped, and she also can't use any base or bad moves while she has them wrapped.
Makes sense.
Additionally, Flynn, you can also use Unwind free of charge while you have a foe wrap to make them dizzy for 3 turns. And if they're immune to mobilization, then you just do that immediately upon using Ribbon Wrap. You also inflict dizzy for 1 turn just when you decide to if you release them normally, so that's cool. This is particularly
Yeah.
notable because Boomerang Boost deals 2 damage twice and inflicts dizzy for 1 turn. But if you use them on someone who's already dizzy, or if you spend 24% TP, you'll get boost instead of refreshing dizzy. Now boost is a
Oh.
very funny status.
Everything hits one more
I
time, but everything just
Yeah.
costs more
I can
FP.
attest to Boost's funniness. It is a hell of a drug.
Yep.
I remember when I tried to put this on Solvard for like just as a normal move, and then it also gave Ultra Boost.
Yeah, I would have been fine if it was just boost, but you can't just like ultra boost on someone, man.
But what if I want to inflict Ultra Boost on someone, okay? How about
Well, then
that?
give B-Side Ribbon's Final Smash.
I can't, they're private!
Go!
What if I want to just make every move hit twice?
Alright, that's
Or
it. I'm becoming
just then?
okay. I'm hosting this now.
Eh, Anyways, yeah. Most attacks normally boost would only affect your base and bad shags, but because this is B-Side's own status, it also affects her own moves naturally. Boomerang Boost in particular hits 3 times instead of twice, and the Dizzy and Boosted grants will last for 1 extra turn. And also it affects Ribbon Wrap and it inflicts makes them lose their death while they're wrapped and to give soft plus when they're unwinded. Probably
So
funny.
out of
Considering
curiosity,
B-side really likes her multi-hits.
why does Boost normally only hit base and badge moves?
Pretty much just so you can't do anything super funny with that at base, because like it's designed around the character, and you know you got because like okay, let me pull up the simulation resources sheet real quick. You see, boost makes it so that power, recoil, choco, and rage attacks will have their damage halved on the second hit and stuff, and you know that's all well and good. The the problem being is that it's a bit trickier to account for that on every character. You see,
Ah. So
and
I
yeah,
assume this is the main reason why you'd want to double tap, though.
yeah.
Makes sense.
That aside from that,
Yes,
boost
I will
also
just
makes it
boost
increase your
Bowser.
SP cost, where double tap does not.
Also there.
Anyways, next up we got a new move, Action Surge. Give someone a fast charge and +1 charge for every point of mag you have, and if you're boosted, you can use up the boosted to grant a second fast charge.
Good for when you have like one turn of it left.
Exactly. Zone Focus. Grants evasion equal to your mag for one turn, unaffected by status quas, and you restore 1 FP and 6% TP for each hit you dodge this turn. If you're boosted, you get dodge instead of evasion up, which will usually be better. And if you use
I
this
mean,
move twice in one turn, you won't gain additional evasion, but you'll restore twice as much FP and TP.
I was going to ask how you managed to do that normally, but then I just remembered we just covered the fast charge stuff.
Yeah.
So the main question is, what happens if you use it 3 times in a single turn?
I get thrice as much.
Sweet.
So, and then we got the magic spells. First up, we have
I'm scared
Invert.
of these.
Pretty much unchanged from her original self, just got a cooldown now that's affected by her mag.
Makes sense.
Just screws up the opponent's targeting. Just the main notes that if they're using a move that can only be used on yourself, then that won't be affected, and they also can't be forced to attack themselves. They can attack their allies though, that's no problem.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You can also invert summons to bring them onto your side, and if let's see here. For summons and otherwise weak foes, this works at any HP, but for players, the foe must be in danger. Oh yeah, they have to be wrapped, and if you want to do it on a player, then they have to be in danger. They won't restore HP when you do this, though, so you'll probably want to have some healing on hand. The B-side is boosted, so it
So
can work on
B-side.
non-wrapped foes, but this will also remove the boost.
Alright, so meanwhile in the Ribbon Castle, Pinkerman's just saying hi to B-side Ribbon. B-side Ribbon just tells him to go outside, and then they just see Galeem just standing out there.
God. Yeah, additional note, I imagine there are probably exceptions to the peril thing, so, can't just do it on everything.
I mean, you could totally convert Galeem if you wanted to.
No, you couldn't. I made that, boss. Anyways, you could also have it affect all foes for 50% TP total, which is nice. Anyways,
Right,
boost power. The boost granter. Grants boost for 3 turns. And if you're already boosted, your own boost will be consumed to give an ally an extra turn of boost for each turn you had. Of course, this is a magic spell, so the effects will be changed depending on B-side's magic. You can grant less efficiency. They can not reduce your efficiency. Makes it affect all damaging special moves. Single hits with 4+ damage at base do half damage on the extra hit. And
Very
then
boosting.
boost. And for 4+ mag, boost lasts an extra turn for point of mag above 3.
Very boosting.
Yep.
And then we go down to comboing. It's
Combo
pretty
rank.
much
It's
just fast
magic fast
attack.
attack.
This, in theory,
So,
could combo with fast attack.
yeah, you'll be losing a lot of resources if you do that, especially if you have boost, because boost will affect every. Boost will make combo rank 24% TP and fast attack 5 FP, and then whatever else you're doing. So be careful.
Alright.
You
So,
still
you make
hit them a ton of times, though, and get to move again.
Action
Yep.
3 is try attack. Hear me out on that.
Yeah,
I will hit the opponent 8 times in a single turn, and no one will stop me.
Boomerang Barrage, 64% TP. Deals 2 damage 4 times, spread however B-side Ribbon wants.
Oh, this is actually just quad attack. Alright then.
Yeah. If you have at least 2 match, you can spread the hit over 3 once, and if it's 3 match, the attack will gain 2+2 hits as long as the same foe doesn't get hit more than 3 times. Hitting 2 foes 3 times, or 3 foes twice would be fine, but hitting 1 foe 4 times and 1 foe twice would not be, for instance. When a split version is boosted, all targets hit 1 extra time, which is not calculated as a hit for the purposes of the 3 match version's targeting.
You know, funny about this is that while it's completely fair that it is overpriced, it is technically overpriced considering the defined quad attack cost.
I mean, that is true, but also,
It's still quad attack.
you want to be safe with a move like this, and considering considering the 2 and 3 magic versions, and also that she has boost.
Yeah, I know. I just find it funny.
Yeah.
I'm still going to
I like
ask,
this,
why
though.
did we ever think of getting quad attack at an actual cost?
It was more of an accident, honestly. I just wanted to make Bowser's Koopa Core, not completely worthless if there's only one foe. And
It's 12
that
FP,
just
right?
so happened to make it a quad attack at 12 FP.
You heard it
Kind
here
of just
twice,
what we went
folks.
with
Quad
after
attack is
that.
12 FP.
Yeah. Anyways, Birthright. B-side Ribbon gains double the TP while boosted. If Height Intention is also active, she'll gain triple TP.
Is High Intention the danger badge?
Yeah, Height Intention is double TP in danger.
Right. Neat.
B-side Ribbon probably appreciates danger. Power Rush.
I can imagine. Just unleash the quad
Eden's
attack.
Blessing grants a boost charge. And Final Smash. Ultra Boost. Grants Ultra Boost
Oh,
for
hey,
5
here it is.
turns. When Ultra Boosted, Boomerang Boost, Combo Ring, and Boomerang Barrage will hit 2 extra times. Any of B-sides with status-related effects last for 2 extra turns. I can start giving 2 more fast charges for a total of 4, at the cost of removing Ultra Boost, while Zone Focus gives Invisible instead of Dodgy. Invert will work on any foe below 50% HP, and Boost Power will allow her to transfer Ultra Boost to an ally instead of giving Boost, for its current duration plus 2 turns. We'll note that Ultra Boost will always override regular Boost, meaning the two do not stack and Boost cannot be gained while Ultra Boosted.
Damn it!
Yeah, no, you can't get plus 3 hits on your attacks yet.
Damn it, I wanted to give these to Bowser and have him, like, do the funny 10 damage move and have it hit, like, 5 times. This
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, B-Side Ribbon. She does a lot of stuff. Mostly she hits you a lot of times.
I can see
Does
that.
this... She's already A tier, I'm not gonna... And she's definitely not worse now than she was before. I don't know if
she
this
F
brings her up to
tier?
S tier, but, like, she's probably closer to it than she was.
I don't think it does move them up, but at the same time, it's cool to see what this character has now.
Yeah.
It's still A tier.
Yeah. She's got all the same stuff. She's just got more options now, And magic.
Yeah.
Magic is important.
She's in, like, A+ tier.
Yeah. Oh. Alright. Next
Who's next on the list now?
Henry Stickmin.
Distraction dance.
Yeah. Mark asked us, I don't know entirely how much stuff has been added since last time, but hey, may as well look at it again, and Mark didn't
This
make an
guy is
argument for
too
A tier,
versatile.
so you can at least try.
Yeah.
This guy is too versatile to be only B tier, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think the main reason we gave
I
B
didn't
tier is just that he couldn't really get to his options as consistently as other characters. That's because, like,
Yeah.
he had some really good stuff, but also it wasn't always easy to get to it.
Say what you will about the shit ton of options. If you can't consistently do any of these, like, if you're not consistent, there's probably something wrong.
I'm not going to look through every single move again because, like, this is Henry Stickmin. We're kind of on a tight schedule here. But,
I think it's only the personal stuff that's new.
Knew
Just
about
know
him?
that
I
he's Henry
forgot.
Stickmin.
I will draw attention to Cookie giving critical for one turn over here in consumable.
You know, given the fact that we've given critical a defined cost, this looks a lot funnier.
Yeah. Right. So personal stuff. I think you had this before. But let's look at it anyways. Got Mo items. Henry Stickman gains access to a fifth move called Mo items with new items in it. However, the FP cost for each item is different for each option. It can also just be brought along in place of a special move for level 9 plus bosses or with special move plus. Energy Drink gives fast for 3 turns, but after that's up, they take 10 damage. Armor gives +1 def until you take 5 damage. Scooter gives a 4 HP shield with permanent fast. Truck gives a 6 HP shield that lets Henry attack all opposing targets with his moves.
Oh, God, this thing. When I was editing the Chels Calvin's sheet, I just looked at the truck and it's absurd.
Yeah.
I mean, you're hitting them with a
We
truck.
had
It's
to buff
gotta be
an
absurd.
8 damage AoE on Chels because the truck does more damage at base. That is inherently screwed up.
Corruptic. Deals 1 damage and inflicts corrupted for 3 turns. If the target is teleported, instead gains double multiverse instability for 3 turns. Funny. Dance off. Henry is magnetized this turn.
Nice.
Seize!
Flashbang. This move is priority over your teammates' moves, but not regular priorities. Your opponents can still out-prioritize you. If anyone this turn uses an attacking move, it will miss no matter what. However, if they can move twice, this will only apply to their first ever move. So basically, nobody gets to attack this turn with Flashbang.
Nobody gets to play the game.
Right. So, I think it's clear most of these are at least some of these aren't as good. Like, I think Energy Drink may be a bit too much damage on that, and like Dance Off is Dance Off. But yeah, there's some funny things here.
The goddamn truck.
Multiverse Anti-Correction. Yeah, I guess pink options. I think this was always a thing.
Only 3% of players can reach the pink color.
Variable attributes.
not that
This is a
3%.
passive that changes its effects based on what color Henry's sticker is on in his cycle.
Incredible.
Okay. Inner strength grants +1 POW. Nanosuit grants +1 def, or red and orange. Judo throw grants Henry and his chosen ally priority while on yellow. Command ability, every time Henry enters green, an ally of choice gains +2 charge. Magic. If Henry Stickman is inflicted with any status while on blue, let's inflict that status with additionally towards the inflictor. Limit of 1 status per turn.
So synchronize.
Yeah.
That is
Acrobatics.
holy shit.
Henry Stickman dodged the first hit aimed at him while in purple. Spirit form. Henry Stickman summons his stand. Reference. Granting him Scatterline for 1 turn. Place wherever Henry Stickman next enters a specific color of his choosing. You can only place Scatterline in the color you have not picked yet, meaning this only works once per color until all colors have been picked once.
Oh my god. He could
This-
technically do.
I love how long this particular box is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
debatably, for as funny as these are, I do think this 4BP is probably a bit excessive.
They're debatable. I mean, you got power and defend plus in here, and like maybe not consistently, but this one's fun. You get a little of everything here.
I do see it. It's just the deal is that with how inconsistent it is, it probably could serve to be 3BP.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I think. I mean, I think this is pretty strong, honestly. I mean, you got.
I do think
command ability and magic.
It's
I mean,
good. It's just a bit overpriced.
Yeah. I mean, also spirit form.
An entire page is dedicated to this one option.
Anyways,
Real.
Burst of Holding. Henry Stickman can start 2 moves at the beginning of the battle and can be pulled out a single time anytime you want during battle without disrupting your cycle. You still need to pay for the moves, of course.
I like how surprised that you could just have Reginald in the Purse of Holding.
Eden's
So you tell me I
Blessing
can have
is
the critical
also
on
on a
command.
cycle.
Nice.
Yippee!
Yeah. Yeah, 2-hit shield, 5 damage with burn. Create, create a copy of an opposing summon.
Mhm.
With a stat limit. 1-hit shield with reflect. Drop a diamond on, take 1 turn charge, and deal 10 damage. Target may be changed with pickup. Gain a boost charge, deal 2 recoil to yourself when you use it. And summon a stand, gain Scatterline for 2 turns, but then gain Dizzy for 1 turn afterwards.
Wait, this is the exact same option as the passive!
Yeah.
Ban tier. He did not succeed in making the Henry Stickmin move, so he uses the same option twice.
Vital Smash.
Yeah.
When no all future moves Henry Stickmin use have their FP cost cut in half, as well as having Henry use any move he wants for 3 turns, even if it doesn't have it equipped, or if the move is part of the item or passive, since the FP coin of BP cost is also free. Henry Stickmin cycles reset to red once it's over. And each time you use the FS meter, all of Henry Stickmin's moves cost 1 FP less forever, and Henry can select any move he desires for 3 turns once the final smash triggers. Same as at the regular final smash. Though he still needs
You
to
know,
pay for them.
debatably speaking, the final Smash Meter version is way better for the fact that you can actually just keep clicking the +1 efficiency forever button, eventually
Yeah.
just making all your moves cost a single point of FP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it'd take a while compared to just getting the instant half, but, that is an option.
Yeah. I do appreciate the teleporter section of the character interactions. It
Yeah.
feels of their
Dear
moves
God.
to a large part
Also,
of a character.
Charles.
Amazing. Joe's will come in a later episode of the
Anyways,
podcast.
for what it's worth, I do kind of think Henry is, if he wasn't A tier before, he definitely is now. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it might be inconsistent, but, like, it's hard to deny how good some of the stuff he has is.
Yeah,
Especially things
like
the
just look
truck
at all the stuff
ironically,
that he's-
because of the inconsistency, he gets options that no other character could realistically get away with.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
I will be
Yeah, I
on
think-
record saying that the truck is an affront to nature.
I
Yeah.
believe you. Let me just.
And you're hitting someone with a truck. How do you not expect that to be super destructive?
Yeah. I will note that Teleporter being ironically more consistent than Henry is a blessing and a curse. So I'm fine with them sharing the same tier. So let's see, what I do is Henry. I got 26, so we'd be between Plumber Bro and Hotel Mario now.
That is one hell of a sentence.
Probably not the worst we'll be seeing today.
Alright, they're between Walter White and Walter Black and W.
Yes.
Got the order wrong. Like,
All right. Next up, we've got Captain Phantom. Now, Captain Phantom didn't get a full rework like some of the previous guys did, but he's gotten some fairly significant changes, right? Nonetheless, so we're taking a look at him.
Like him being canonically LK's dad
the
now?
Fed wheels are targeting the screen.
No.
They've become self-aware.
So, mana. Captain Phantom is now able to upgrade his mana like he would with FP or HP or BP, which means he can effectively have up to 25 if he wants. It'll cost a bit of FP and stuff, but mana can also double as FP, so it's not as big of a deal as you would expect.
Well, I'm not too sure on it. At the same time, it does save the need of just making an MP plus badge, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's not a huge buff, but it opens space for his birthright, and his new birthright, we'll get to that. Siphon is now accurate instead of fixed, and it costs less FP, meaning you can get your MP back faster, which is nice.
Neat.
And also, this also means you can get MP back equal to damage dealt, and since it's not fixed anymore, you can potentially get a lot at once.
Yeah. So with the Fantoyos, they seem way better than they were before, stat-wise.
This is true. They got some pretty significant stat buffs to make up for the fact that they do hurt themselves when they attack. Yeah, with the Middling Fantoil giving 10 HP and 1 POW, the Legend Fantoil having 16 HP and 2 POW, and the Mythic Fantoil having 24 HP and 3 POW. They
Those
also
are some.
they cost a fair amount, but considering they hurt themselves, and Mythic in particular, will deal 3 damage to itself. The HP isn't quite as impressive as it seems, but like that is still 24 HP of a brick you gotta make your way through, and a lot more if he happens to have HP plus P equipped.
You know, I could have sworn that Velko just had a character which could just weaponize the summon HP. So that was
yeah.
this.
That'd be pretty deadly, I would imagine. Oh yeah, I should also mention that the Fantoas can only be healed with FP healing. But
That
yeah,
is
that's been there. Also, the Mythic Fantoil can create shields.
neat.
It's neat. Gem Lightning now deals +2 damage to single targets, and if the attack destroys a shield, it will deal overflow damage to the player behind it. You can also skip the charge turn for 3 extra MP. This potentially gives him the 7 piercing damage attack after a. So, you know.
Yeah.
He also has Curse of Defense now, which is AoE -2 def. Pretty good with those Fantoyos, I would imagine.
They are going to beat you to death. I believe this also does have the neat upside of the fact that the Fantoyos aren't taking more damage when you're lowering the opponent's defense rather than buffing their POW.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Doomflame is pretty much the same as it's always been. It is Doom.
It will kill you.
Yep.
Doom for all eternity.
Birthright. Curse of Immortality. Captain Phantom gains permanent immortal, meaning he will never die even if his HP drops to 0. There are some limitations, however. When his HP is at 0, his peril badges will be disabled and he'll gain a permanent unremovable tired. Additionally, at 0 HP, he'll lose 1 MP per turn instead of gaining it, and if he takes overkill damage, he'll lose MP equal to half the overkill, which can go negative. If his MP goes into the negatives, Captain Phantom will pass out, becoming immobilized, but his MP will go back to restoring 1 MP per turn until he's reached 3 MP, at which point he can fight again. If he restores HP in the tired stage, he'll go back normal, but if he stores it while passed out, he'll still need to wait until his MP recovers to continue. If he's passed out with all of the players defeated, the battle will be lost. It's kind of a different version of Lingering Soul, now that I think about it, but this lets Captain Phantom stay in the fight forever. Like, unlike with Lingering Soul, he can just come back to normal without a dedicated revive.
Yeah, he literally just
a
never
healer
dies
at all.
You know, I'd say you should try it as a passive inverser, but I'm pretty sure this just kills Captain Phantom in the process.
Yeah, it wouldn't affect it won't affect anything from Birthright here, for the record.
Ah.
How does Lingering Soul work on this?
Probably just wouldn't.
How I imagine is that when Captain
if anything,
Phantom...
I don't know of any ways to bypass Immortal, so yeah.
I think how I do it is that Captain Phantom, while he's immobilized, his spirit just leaves his body to just affect the field while he's recovering.
God. Oh yeah, and because Curse of Immortality used to be his final smash, but now he has space for a new final smash. Captain Phantom sends in his very own ship, the Night Terror, crashing into the battlefield. The Night Terror acts as a 20 HP, 1 def shield for Captain Phantom's entire team that's immune to shield breaks. It comes with some useful features aside from just being bulky. Any team member, including Fantoyos, can use the turn to fire one of its cannons, dealing 6 damage to a foe, and Captain Phantom's MP regeneration will be doubled while aboard. So, yeah. It's simple, but considering if Captain Phantom were to, say, use Doomflame while aboard the Night Terror, they have to destroy the Night Terror and Captain Phantom's own HP before Doom runs out, or else they're screwed.
God. Actually, wait. What happens with Curse of Immortality if if he inflicts Doom? Does it go away whenever Captain Phantom falls with Curse of Immortality equipped?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason MK is not dead in the plot, despite this.
Ah, there's a canon reason for this.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say Captain Phantom is a fair amount stronger than he was before.
Look, I'm just saying, his main tools have been buffed. What more do you
Yeah.
really want us to say here?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Not
bump him
buffed
up to A
enough.
tier, I think.
He was in B tier before? Yeah, no, A tier now.
Loses to Rage Band Earn F tier at best.
God.
Insert joke relating to that one miswording on Captain Phantom's character bio here, and let's move on.
Alright. Next up, we're going
Oh,
into
hey,
a
it's me
bunch of
next, I
Lucas's
think.
characters. First up being Wally.
Okay, I have the patches.
I thought you were gonna say Waluigi for a second, and I'm like, didn't ML
No,
make
that's,
that?
we'll get to that later. Right, so,
So,
Wally, I got a decent amount of stuff. A
most of the stuff is
lot of
just
it's
on
mostly
distress
just his,
signal.
I believe a lot of it's just from the cycle move, but whatever. Let's just look at it anyways.
Yeah.
Let's see here, Distractive
Yeah, so first of
Do-Over,
all,
nah. Now
yeah, now
Now
it's
inflict
busy
cost
base
0
attack.
FP, but and only makes the opponent busy for 1 turn, but can't target the same person exactly. But he now has 4 HP.
Hey, guys. Check general.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
Yo!
He's alive!
he actually it'd probably be easier just here just to look for the kit instance. I'm pretty sure everything here is just aside from Planetary Sonic because I think everything is just on the cycle mode, so
There's a few
Gabrella,
other
which
things, like,
yeah, alright.
these.
We'll just go through the kit, I guess. Get Distress Signal, get
Yeah.
these guys get nice for 5 FP, that's on a cycle, and it loops back after summoning Eve, and doesn't reset if a bot gets destroyed. You get Dizzy, you got Open Canopy for Reflect, to get Reflect for 1 turn. And he takes any hits for Wally or any ally while it has its status. You get Vacuum with Suck and Shoot for dealing 3 damage to 2 targets, I believe. MO, which has Remove Contaminants, which removes all negative stasis for 4 FP. Got Hands for Malfunction, which goes haywire and deals 4 damage to 2 good targets for 4 FP. And then Eve, which is the bulkiest, has the biggest stats of the summons. Charge for a turn, then fires her arm cannon at target, dealing 9 damage for 5 FP. So, yeah. Decent enough summons. None of them are super amazing, but also for 5 FP, you're getting some okay value out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, recharge. Charge for 1 turn, then heal 8 HP. If you have any electric statuses, this move skips the charge turn, so that's potentially good. I don't think Wally has
Zap niche.
I don't think Wally has a way of getting
Holy
this,
shit,
but on his own.
niche.
But I don't know, Zap Tap niche, I guess.
It finally has one. Let's go. It's finally eating.
Compress. Wally grabs the opponent, compresses them into a cube, dealing 2 damage and stunning them for 1 turn. Yeah, okay,
This is completely unchanged.
cool.
Lucas,
Put on
why is there a
Disseminate Clues.
copyrighted song on your dock?
Inspires all allies for 2 turns, including Wally.
This is in the actual movie. How could I not include it?
Lucas, we're gonna get copyright struck because of you.
Just
I like how
don't
not
play the
all of the
song then.
flagrant copyright abuse in our characters gets us done in.
It's Wally specifically.
Yeah. I mean, Disney owns Pixar, so.
Yeah, we're fucked.
It's...
How do you feel, Lucas?
Yeah,
I
anyways.
regret nothing.
Extend Signal. Wally starts the battle with PRT, Brilla, or Vacuum. On turn 5 and later, you can also choose which ally you summons with the Stress Signal. Not
I
sure whether
sure
it's
do
done
wonder
5 or later,
which one
but
you're going
sure.
to be summoning 100% of the time.
Anyways, probe landing. Everyone lies hands on get another stress signal and causing a rocket ship to start landing in the battlefield. Everyone has one turn to prepare for the ship to land before it crashes and does 18 damage to everyone, including Wally and the Sallies. During that one turn, the stress signal becomes take cover, which causes 3 people have Wally dig a path into the ground to hide, protecting him and all of his allies from the damage.
It technically has a downside, so swap SD card will be killing you.
But they're easily
Anyways,
negatable.
Just
He's too
stun
busy
Wally
streaming,
then.
This is
for the
does this
record, this
take
is
Wally
buffed
out
from
of
where
D
it was
tier?
before because now that because he can use I believe now the path gets dug for everyone, so including himself and all his allies. So
Oh
yeah.
my god, he only protected himself with this originally.
I
I
think I
think
actually don't
originally
remember
it
how
was
this
like
was
himself,
before.
and then he could spend more FP to protect allies.
I see. Anyways, where's Wally right now? I think he's D tier.
D tier.
Yeah,
Please tell me he's out of D tier.
yeah.
This is the
I
guy
feel
who
like
was
he's.
trying to defend the
I feel
robot
like
invasion.
I'd put him in C tier now. Like you got
Let's
the summons are a
go.
lot more standardized now. A lot of them, each of them has a better niche. I think they're most of them got buffed in some way, and also recharge is actually a pretty decent heal now. So
Hmm.
yeah, especially
Yeah,
especially with ready up or zap tap as I mentioned, you could just
I can't
get a
believe
very
this.
cheap, very potent heal there. So yeah, I'm willing to put him up to C tier.
I do appreciate how every Zap Tap niche is like literally everything except what it's meant to do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll get to Bolt Bottle eventually. Anyways, here's going right between Birdly and Fawful. I'm going to do this every
That is
time.
a sentence.
It's gonna be funny every time.
Anyways,
Okay, which
next
one
up
of
we
mine's
have the
next?
Ice Climbers. Uh,
Okay,
I,
sure.
so explain to us
These
how you
guys got
nerfed
mostly
this character,
nerfs.
Lucas.
yeah, the Ice Climbers have gotten nerfed. The main
Yes,
thing is
they
that
can
they're now
absolutely.
banned
Probably
from Tri Attack because that tends to become the Hex Attack, and we don't want someone to have a Hex Attack for that cheap.
yeah, they're
I
probably
don't
not
want Hex Attack.
Just
in
wait until we give Hex Attack a defined cost.
Right, so Dual Freeze no longer deals damage. Uh, Team Health Management now only gives 60% HP. The Glacier
Yeah, that's
now only
right.
deals 15 damage.
No, it has
Uh,
15 HP.
Glacier also, or sorry, my mistake.
Okay.
Glacier also only inflicts Frozen for one turn. Nano will now continuously repeat Wobble Hammer if allowed to. However, due to Stun Lock clause, it won't actually stun anyone already stunned prior in accordance with the clause. So,
Man,
yeah. Um,
it's,
and as this isn't mentioned on the patch notes, but I do believe Ice Climbers got banned with Tri Attack for and Dual Attack. So, which is like one of the main
mhm.
reasons we put them in S tier in the first place. So, I'm gonna drop them down to A tier now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
This does feel
Yeah,
like
that
some
sounds about
drastic
right.
nerf when I'm actually looking at it.
It
They're
kind
still
of
Rest in
is, but
peace,
also
Ice
they do
Climbers.
still
You will
have
be
wobbling.
missed.
So,
they're still competent, but they're not completely broken.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
That was what I wanted to rework them to be. So
I
The,
believe with
the one
that
niche.
in mind, Ice
I,
Climbers rank is character 42, so that puts him between Porygon Z and Ambipom, who is the next character we're looking at, I think.
no, it's
Uh,
oversized car, I think.
this hits differently
oh,
given all the hunting I've done today for these guys.
Nice.
right, Ice Climbers, and then he's right here. Wrong panel. Right. Oh, wait, I put oversized cut below Wally on the list. Oops.
How could you?
Or, oh, frick. I meant below Ice Climbers. Yeah, there we go. That's fixed now. Now we look at oversized cards. There it is. Chicken
Hmm.
sandwich now gives. Actually, let me open the doc. Let's see
Yeah.
here. Chicken
Now it's a
sandwich gets a
power
power
buff
buff
instead
and
of
costs
a
more
defense
FP.
buff.
Color Out inflicts aggro and -1 power for 2 turns. Earns instead of irate, which I would say is a buff.
It's a weird buff,
Irate
but I
is
think it's a cool
fine,
buff.
but I mean, I guess irate did get buffed, but like the move would have to cost more if it did that because irate is now like broken, but before other diff droppers. So yeah.
I don't like
Anyways,
irate.
the next thing you'll say is now dodges every attack in turn, but it also costs 3 FP. Or yeah, I think it
Also,
actually
it
cost
can't
more than
be-
that before. So yeah, you can't use it consecutively though because that's just rude.
Lucas, you're gonna have to put the
Mhm.
because that's just rude in the doc. I don't think I'll get the point unless you put it in.
Okay, give me a minute.
1,000, 2, 1,000.
You fell for his trap. You're already in the doc midstream.
No!
We got the bingo sword, boys!
Anyways, I think oversized cut. Honestly, I don't think oversized cut goes up a tier just because of these changes. Like he still feels
Yeah, no.
about as good as he
Oof.
was before, which is to say
Yeah.
B tier.
He's better, but
Oh,
only by a
wow.
bit.
Yeah.
I
Nothing
sure
wrong with the
tried.
character, just nothing like great.
Yeah. So what changed with Ambipom?
A lot apparently.
A lot.
Yeah. So
Substitute got kind of reworked. Fake Out got very reworked. His personals got very reworked, and Focus Punch is a bit better.
right. So let's just go through the doc because I think enough changed to the point where I'm just gonna do that. Right. So double hit
Every move
deals 3
except
damage twice, so
for
3 damage to 2 targets.
double hit.
Substitute
Whoa!
5 HP shield. Focus Punch has both priority and negative priority. Ambipom first tightens its focus, which has priority. Ambipom isn't attacked until the end of the turn, at least it's a devastating 8 damage attack with negative priority. If he is attacked, it's stunned for the rest of the turn. And then Fake Out. Deals
I'm
3
still
piercing
willing
damage with
to.
priority and stuns the target for 1 turn. Acting as a free hit. You can only use once in a match because the opponent will see it coming afterwards. If Ambipom switches out and back in, Fake Out restores its 1 use.
Alright,
This
so
has
the
to
big
in these
nerf
cases
happens
with
to be the
Pursuit,
fact that
double damage.
you can't just
I-
spam Fake Out with
Yeah.
Flip anymore.
Yeah,
Shame.
I think that was like the main reason it got into A tier in the first place, just spamming Fake
Yeah.
Out with
Now
nerf
they just
grenades.
kind of have a dead slot. Especially in like a boss fight, this is just like 3 damage. Wow.
Yeah. Also, big
Yeah.
Technician also makes double hit deal 4 damage per hit, which is probably good, especially pretty cheap. Then again, it's also just +1 power, so But, and then Fake Out is just 4 piercing that can be used whenever, which can be good. Normal jam. Not to use either Fake Out or double hit. This uses itself and grants the attack 3 extra power, which steals is when used on double hit.
It's +3 power for 1 turn. What else do you want us to say here?
Yep.
Alright.
And then double last resort. Deals 8 damage twice to 2 targets. Cool.
You know, given the I
Yeah.
really want to
Yeah,
say
so
about this.
without the without the fairly broken fake out thing, I'm going to say this character probably goes down a tier.
Oof.
Yeah, I'd say somewhere like low B, high C, around that
Yeah,
range.
that's what I was thinking.
What
Yeah,
high
that's
C
fair.
flavor are we giving it though? If we're going to there.
Shut
Purple
up.
one.
I'm bringing him in. We gotta pick up flavors, folks. Alright, pick your high C flavor right now.
Are we
This is
actually
a
doing
requirement.
C
I
tier
want
on
to
this?
say low B.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was
I
kinda
think
thinking-
Ambipom is a grabbing great.
Like I can see B tier, but I can also see C tier, you know?
Yeah. Mhm.
I want to
think-
say B tier
Oh,
because he still
Yeah,
has
I
a
think
bunch
B
of
tier is
stuff
fair.
good.
B tier?
He's still competent.
Alright.
Yeah, it's still competent. I'll say B tier.
The only reason it doesn't go any
Yeah.
higher, in my opinion, is because most of his moves are just damage.
Yeah, that
You know,
does tend to
I
be
probably could be editing these while we're actually going about this. Shit, 1 second.
yeah, this puts yeah. I believe if I'm not mistaken, I believe that puts in between oversized cut and dark fossil now.
Hey, real quick, what was the other
Another
character favorite
fossil.
again?
Huh?
Where's that list again? I should actually be updating this. The
Uh,
sheet here or something about this.
It's on character separated by tiers.
yeah, I'm
No, I
looking
mean
at
like.
the. Sep- hmm?
Oh, I was
Oh,
just
the.
trying to find
Oh,
the
the.
list of
Oh, I
characters.
put the character list that we're looking at today in pins.
Alright, thank you.
Cool. And last for Luke's characters for now, we've got the man himself, Digit.
Yeah,
So,
this was
Digit.
absolutely Project Crusade inspired.
yeah.
The
So Digit
disket.
got. Okay, I don't know if I want to say a full rework, but like he got a lot of new stuff since last time. So, most notably
Yeah,
his
it's not
code block from
really a
Project
full
Crusade.
rework.
Yeah.
Neat.
Digit spawns with an untargetable code block, which he can use to power up his moves. However, it goes on a 5-turn cooldown after taking up a move slot. Or after it goes on a 5-turn cooldown after being used, and can only be used by Digit and takes up a move slot. Digit doesn't have to bring it though. Code boosting base attack makes it hit twice, and code boosting guard makes it half all damage Digit takes instead of giving Digit +1 def. He also has personal badges now. You
Woo,
got
Digit personal
Chain Bolt,
badges.
which deals fixed damage to multiple foes.
That's also his main weakness.
Yeah. You got Backup Code, which makes Code Block, which makes basically makes a Code Block take one less turn to charge from danger. Same deal with the Wilted Backup. Glitched item allows him to code boost items using a copy of the item without removing the original from his inventory.
Seems powerful.
Blossom Boost can spend double the FP cost of a move to let Digit use the code boosted version without using a code block.
I'm about to use this one in the Mustache Girl boss fight to go crazy. So
Wait, Lucas,
Nice.
you just spoiled what
Also-
you were doing in the Mustache Girl boss fight before you could do it. What if Yop's watching the episode, Lucas?
Let me know how that turns out, by the way.
I already revealed my
The
plan in the chat. He already
Blossom
knows.
Boost thing. Anyways, Fix Edit. All damage Digit does is fixed. Yeah. Fix Bypass.
Yeah.
All fixed damage Digit does gets +1 POW.
And
when
he
will
Can
can't
also be
equip it at the same
compatible
time
with
as
Fix
Fix
Edit.
Edit because just
Funny.
equip Power Plus at that point.
Yeah. Antivirus Protection. Firewall now protects the target from non-damaging moves that cause altered, cracked, data rot, error, glitch, laggy, malfunction, or unresponsive, and breaks afterwards.
This badge's
Essentially anything that
existence is
could.
technically a nerf, I think, to Digit itself.
Yeah, since Digit can't naturally do these
Yeah.
things anymore, but like also it's pretty niche for it to inflict any of those statuses, so no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like putting that entire list onto the actual document like
Understandable,
every
really.
time. It just kind of clogged up a bunch.
Let's see here. Overclock block. The code block takes one less turn to charge. Twin code block. Digit gets the second code block, but charges after the first one does.
And then the rest are from the code
Basically, that's
badges.
just overcharge the code block, kind of like a storage room.
Hmm.
Cyber power. +1 power, but every attack you land removes 1 turn of charge from the code block. If you it does no effect if the code block is not present or is 0 turns of charge. Its unspread moves also count as 1 attack. Unlike with other similar badges, I should note. Because yeah, stellar power. That's a still. I got the idea for this from Stellar Power and Darkstar Edition, and that badge sucks. For the record,
Whoop.
because of this. Anyways, Cyber Shield, same deal, but it's +1 def, and any attacks you take remove charge from the code block. Anyways, Program Power, our Virtual Vigor and Code Optimizer are equivalent to Soul Power, Soul Shield, and Soul Siphon, but for the code block. And lastly, Virtual Velocity allows you to move again after using a code boost to move, and please do not make a soul version of this, because dear god, some of these soul stones would be stupid with that.
Oh,
I would never.
Hi,
Also,
Joe.
hi, Chow.
Hi.
I'm just to see what's up.
Looking
We're
at
looking at
Digit.
Digit
We're
right
doing
now.
Digit now.
Cool. Well, bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Farewell.
Anywho.
Alright, you can fill out the Chow shows up spot on the bingo now.
True.
Anyways, so yeah, personal badges.
You don't need to
of
go
course,
through the
nice to have.
entire thing. It's
Yeah.
Dagus Manip and Code About Code are the only new things otherwise.
Yeah, the rest of this I believe
The main
is the same as last time we looked at digits, so it's
I
all
think the
good.
main
Yeah, I'm
question
pretty
is
sure.
whether or not the personalized badges really change its tier. Since, like, while they're pretty cool, at the same time, you have to spend BP on these.
Yeah, I mean, it's never a bad thing to have these.
Fair. It's still a good A tier. I'm just saying that probably doesn't push it up.
Probably not, but hey, it's nice to look at. Anyways,
The way I
Yeah.
see it is that,
I
like,
believe you
you can
said
have, like,
Status Manip was new.
that one just removes statuses. It's like status removal, but cooler.
Summons troll bombs.
Yeah. You can also invert if you want to.
Hey, wait, did it? Hey, wait, doesn't the full status clear 3 FP, not 4? Like, since removing both positive and negative tends to be worse than just doing one or the other.
Wait, I do feel like it's
I'm
worth
not
mentioning that
sure. I didn't know that.
I think this is technically worse, given the fact that anyone immune to negative statuses cannot get the troll bomb status.
Yeah.
I can nerf this
Also,
right now if you want.
Wait, why are you
Nerf
nerfing
buff
it
it.
even more?
I mean, it'd be a
Not
buff
nerf
if
it,
you
buff
made
it right
3
now.
FP. But,
Yeah, isn't that just what it is normally?
yeah, I think it'd be, I think you'd want to make this 3 FP, yeah,
Oh
if you
wait,
want to
I'm
do it.
seeing it. Alright, I can do that, but normally it's 4 FP. I'm looking at the FP cost sheet.
Well, look,
It's
removing all negative statuses is 4 FP, removing all positive statuses is 4 FP, but removing both positive and negative statuses is actually 3 FP, because usually you don't want to do them both, because like you want to leave the negative statuses on the bad guys and the good positive statuses on your buddies.
Yeah.
I did not know this, but okay, fair enough.
Also, I'd probably make the 1 extra FP version and have them two extra FP now, since I think a status inversion is probably kind of good.
Oh yeah, you're right. That should be in line with the status swap.
Anywho, yeah, and Code Twisted also inflicts immune or compromised. Pretty neat.
Funny.
And you also got co-developed code. Instead of
This
using
one
the
was
source
LK's
code from the
idea.
code
It's
block
very
on
cool.
itself. Huh?
Oh, sorry.
Diddy can code an allies move without using his turn. This makes that allies move +2 more effective. Can increase damage, healing, shield, or summon HP, non-new stage duration, and if move doesn't include one of these, you can pay the council so you gotta code boost it. AK, this probably won't happen.
Effectively
But,
speaking, this is
getting
minus
+2 damage on, like, I don't know, Finger NATO, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a weaker
Essentially,
minus
just add
killer
+2 to any
but I
number.
do appreciate you being able to use this on allies.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's like Digit's whole power friendship stick.
yeah. So, yeah, I think he's probably still an A tier, but, nice to see. He's definitely a better A tier now, I would say. Code Block is very good, and the fact you don't have to spend BP on it now is nice.
Yeah.
He's more reliable now, and that's good.
Yeah. Alright, I think that's the last of Lucas's characters for now. Next up is Nabbit.
Oh boy,
Technically-
this one.
Yeah, technically Nerd didn't actually submit Nabbit for the re-rank, but I remembered he wanted us to look at him at some point, and I do know he got some significant changes. At the very
starters,
least, get him out of F tier, so we should probably
He
take a look.
summons 5 Mecha Koopas now.
He doesn't actually.
Like a Koopas are
Anyways,
plentiful.
all of his moves were consolidated into Special Move 1, Stuff Stealing. Nabbit decides to do a tomfoolery of trolling and steals one of the valuable things that anyone has. Things Nabbit can steal are from the following ones, but three of them must be chosen for the available options when you're setting sets. You can steal statuses for 4 FP, and you can steal a status for 4 FP, and you get the 3 extra FP, you can give it to anyone's choice. You can steal a shield, for 6 FP, and for 2 additional FP, you can give what he stole to anyone of his choice. Nabbit can't use his move again while his stolen defense is still up. And
Huh.
for summon, you can steal any summon that's 4 HP or less, and bring it to yourself. Stolen summon can use their abilities from the next turn. Now you can't use the move again while you still have a stolen summon. You got turn stealing. Immobilize the foe, and for 4 additional FP, Nabbit can give the turn to anyone of his choosing, make them move twice this turn, or next turn if the person moved before Nabbit.
You know,
Item. Steals an item. Yeah.
good.
Move. Steals a move from the target. Now it can access the stolen move in the next 3 turns, which goes back to the target after that. And lastly, badge. Now it steals a badge from the person. Normally just disables the badge from the target, but now it can use this badge if he has an empty BP space. You can use badge affecting badges like the D6 on the stolen one, but it will return to the target after 3 turns no matter what.
I do appreciate how he just threw the entire original move set into special move 1.
Yeah.
No.
Like a lot
I
of
think
it
I know
still
why
is
this character was
probably
messed around.
overcost. Like status steal is like 4 FP to clear a single status, and
Yeah.
then 3. But like it is, even with so much of it being, let's be real, overcost, it is still extremely versatile.
It's
So,
also a massive
I will
improvement
note
on
you
what it
do
used to
have
be.
to you do have to choose 3 of these before the fight
Yeah.
starts, but you know, just choose that's still pretty good. You know, you can still get 3 of these. Like, not all these are even going to be useful in all situations. Like, you won't have to bring badges for the badge steal for a boss fight, for instance. So,
Yeah.
I just find it funny.
anyways, next up, Profit Jump. Deals 2 damage twice, and every other use of the move, steal or earn if they have no coins, 50 coins from the target.
I
So
mean, it's
yeah,
cash
coin
gem.
character.
God, he's pulling all the
Stealing
stops.
coins.
Fast heals. Nabbit pulls out triple mushrooms and throws them to his team. Each of them heals 3 HP, with an additional 3 FP. Nabbit can direct the mushrooms on his will, meaning one person can heal 9 HP.
Funny.
Yeah.
Actually, decent heal. Probably
I think that
combines
just
well with
turns
heal.
this into like finger
Right. So
NATO.
before you go to special move 4, I've posted a link to the original special move 4.
The army.
Oh yeah, the one that throws 3 spike balls before it summons things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you got the absurd count of summons.
Yeah, 4 paper Paragoombas, 3 4-stack boos, or 4-stack paper boos, or 5 Mecha Koopas. Mind you, these summons are pretty decently statted too.
How much FP
They're
would
not-
such a move even cost?
I mean, the original move he didn't even make a cost for, so
Uh,
a lot.
I think
I would
yeah,
imagine.
this is the case of he wanted
He
us to do
starts
it.
by doing 4 damage 3 times to you, then just summons 5 Mecha Koopas.
Anyways, the actual move, Sack Takeout, deals 2 extra damage and before taking out either 2 paper Paragoombas, a 4-stack of paper boos, or a Mecha Koopa. Paper Paragoombas have 2 HP, 2 POW, and attacks person in the air, ignoring airborne. Simple enough. Paper boos have 1 HP, 1 POW, and 0 death, but since 4-stack, I believe they're combined into one summon. In which either bash towards the person with the others being stacked, which deals damage is same amount of damage as the number of paper boos, or separate the copies and float over to a person similar to Boo Buddies, except they don't make any gap here, dealing 1x4 scaling damage. Okay, yeah. So it's like
So
4
this is
HP,
like
and then they
basically
do
a
1x4
4.
scaling. Yeah. It's kind of like a 4 HP, 4 POW summon, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Except
mean,
its
which for
except its
10
POW gets
FP
decreased
is
when it gets hit.
probably a little.
Yeah,
It might be
I will
like a
note that
little
its POW gets
overcost for 10
decreased as it
FP, but
gets hit
also
effectively, just because, yeah.
I mean, all things considered, this originally used to be 3 of these.
And then the
We have
last,
to take what
and
we
then
can
the last
get.
one is the Mecha Koopa that has 4 HP, 2 POW, and 1 death. Can either deal 1 damage, inflict soft burn for 2 turns, or charge for its usual base attack power. Well, one of them is in the field. Now we can use move 1 with halved FP cost, but it can't use move 4 again. Neat.
So what tier would they have gotten if they could just summon 5 Mecha Koopas immediately?
I
I
mean, like
mean,
S tier, it's not even a question.
yeah,
Unless it was ridiculously
Yeah.
expensive.
it would probably be ridiculously expensive, but also, that is
5
5 Mecha Koopas that had like 7 HP or something.
This is probably
Anyways,
still the highest
yeah.
tier jump ever.
First right. Nava gains 10 coins whenever he interacts with an enemy, and vice versa. So yeah, you probably get a decent amount per turn.
I can imagine. Because this Like, anytime the enemy does anything to you, you get money. Anytime you do anything to the enemy, you get money. And by the sound of it, you can get more money if you hit multiple people, which I think Nabbit
Probably.
technically can do.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Actually, I'm not sure if it
Oh, I
can,
thought
but
this-
like you could just bring like multi-attack for that or something.
I would call the original special move for it. My mistake.
Yeah, no. Final Smash. Smashing Bag. Nabbit goes completely invincible for 5 turns, and new Super Luigi U. He won't be able to be defeated normally by any means. Nabbit dies once his invincibility wears off, but he kidnaps a person in his sack and leaps to the sky before being eliminated from the battle, dealing 10 damage to the target. In 1-1s, the invincibility and auto depth are simply removed, and Nabbit deals 15 damage.
I mean, like, it's 5 free turns, essentially.
Yeah, and then you deal
Yeah.
10
And then 10
damage at the end. Just as a little fuck you before you leave.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, get
Speedy
fucked,
Buzzy
idiot.
Shell. Deals 1 damage 3 times before dealing 2
That's
damage
smart.
with the final hit. Won't miss unless the target's invisible or something similar.
Hmm.
All hits other than the final hit are capped at 1 damage, and the final hit uses Nabbit's power stat. Unlike 3D Red Shell and Green Shell, Nabbit can direct the hits as he wants.
This does
So,
not really do that
yeah.
much damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say this character is, at the very least, better than F tier now.
Yeah. Like,
He reaches the bare minimum of a character in the simulations, having
Yeah,
an
I
actual
mean, like-
move set.
yeah, they have an actually functional move set. Yeah,
Honestly, I'd
it's
say
very
like
hard to quantify how good it is, but I feel like
I would
it's
say, like-
definitely like
I want to
B
say B tier.
ish. Yeah.
Yeah, me
I'd
too.
say lame there, because like he actually has a decent basis now with profit stealing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's now shit to do besides bully the opponent and steal their stuff and be like a minor nuisance.
Yeah.
Like, I know
You
coins
could
have gotten
be a
significantly
coin character
nerfed
now.
into the cap. Like, it's an actual thing he can do, and it's still somewhat decent.
Yep. That
Alright, so biggest tier jump ever.
So far, yet. That'll put him between Emerald and the powers that be.
Alright, time to get him up to
The
B tier.
powers do sure be.
Let's see here. Next up, we have, oh, I'm in the wrong channel. Next up, we have Waluigi.
Oh, hey.
Oh hey, what do you know?
Wah!
Right.
All right. I didn't actually put them on the dock yet. However, I have the
Oh.
changes here, so I can just read them out.
Okay. Oh, I can pull up the doc patch notes doc. Yeah. Go. Yeah, I think we ended up not doing the top spin buff, but everything else is correct here. So. Oh yeah, and also I think we made Waluigi Dice Block 7 or less. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, take it
Oh,
away.
and also Thundercloud costs 5 FP.
Yeah. Oh yeah, do we not? I forgot. Anyways, yeah. Piranha Bite. The Waluigi's Piranha Plant now has 4 HP, and if Waluigi has a negative status, Piranha Plant can copy copy one of his negative statuses to the opponent to attack the player.
It's finally
So
has
how
a niche.
how does this work in fight anyway? Like, how does the Piranha Plant grab Waluigi's statuses and throw them onto the opponent?
The Piranha Plant is spiritually linked to whoever it protects.
It's their
So-
stand.
Good. Waluigi Dice Black. So, now the swapping stars effect, instead of being less than 6, can now be 7 or less. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's actually a pretty decent buff, considering you can make the people take 7 damage while also healing Waluigi for 7 HP, for instance.
You know, I do
The
have to
Your
ask.
opponent
actually
defeats it,
pulling
right?
this off are actually kind of a bit less than you would think, just because the opponent has to have like exactly 7 more HP than Waluigi for this to work. But if you can get it to work, it's pretty neat.
I do have to
Potential's
ask,
there.
since we're technically getting Battle Party effects now, what happens if you use the Swap Stars button in Battle Party?
I'll say
You
that.
swap stars.
You know what? Screw it. Sure, you swap stars.
God.
Waluigi's
This is the
public,
biggest
everyone.
topic Crusade Sims history.
Okay.
Have fun with
This
that.
will surely have no disastrous consequences next battle party.
It's all Waluigi now.
Anyways, the
Waluigi's
Waluigi side
public.
also has a
Anyone can
fourth
use that
option now. Now the Wacky Watch. User will change the current turn number to any number Waluigi wants. This lasts until the end of the turn. The turn number affects any badges or other effects that activate based on the turn number. For instance, Gutsy Band activates every 5th turn.
Stuff like Gutsy Band, Generous Lotus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can like go to turn 10 and all of a sudden, oh hey, Gutsy Band's activated.
And status is
if the chosen
returnable.
number is one that's already passed, any statuses from that turn will return until the Wacky Watch's effects end. We removed the projectile part too because Time Loop Funny is probably a bit too much for this move. Right,
Yeah.
this Waluigi Dice Block is only 4 FP. Yeah,
Time loop is a very funny thing, and I'm glad it's a thing.
yeah,
Waluigi's the character who likes to screw with the opponent, and this definitely helps in that case.
yeah. Regardless, he
You,
also
you know
has
he made a
Thunder.
move right when people actually just recognize the move without even it being brought up in conversation.
Yeah. Anyways, last up, he also has a new Thundercloud special move, which appears above his head and in 3 turns will strike him to deal 6 piercing damage and inflict mini for 3 turns. Any negative statuses on him will also be extended for 3 turns when he's struck. Waluigi, however, can attack an opponent to pass the Thundercloud to them, and the opponent can pass the Thundercloud to whoever they attack. The Thundercloud strikes after Waluigi moves on his turn, I should note.
I did that specifically so that it wouldn't happen where the boss just attacks you and then you just get screwed over at the last second.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I feel like that would happen a lot with this move otherwise.
Yeah.
There's a reason Funky Neo's version only happens on direct attacks. Because, Funky Neo can do that easily enough, but Boss may not have one. At least not readily available.
Yeah.
But
Hold
yeah.
on, I get a video for this.
I think he's in
I'm
a
writing
decently
something in
better spot
podcast
now.
text. You just get the video on here real quick. Good man.
Anyway.
Trust me, it'll be worth it.
It probably won't even show up in the video.
Trying to get it to. There you go.
Yeah.
I love this video.
No, you don't.
Anyways, yeah, so that's the new thing Waluigi got. But,
Honestly, I hate the Thundercloud. It should die in a fire.
Does it raise its tier?
I feel like
Probably.
the strongest option he got is the Wacky Watch. But like, is that enough to push him up?
I mean, it's still on a long cycle, I think.
It's an
well,
option
technically
move,
it's an
but,
option
yeah.
move, but you are forced to use everything else before you get to the Wacky Watch or the swap stars, I believe. So
Or you can just acquit the birthright as well.
yeah, that too. I'd personally say he's probably still B tier, but he's a higher B tier than he was.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because his stuff is better now. Just I don't see him in A tier just yet. He didn't get anything super good. But
Yeah.
he has more tools to play with, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have the medic.
Doctor!
Let's go.
Now,
Wait, where's
medic.
Oh,
Oh boy, medic.
Yeah.
the medic.
Medic sure is.
Wait, where's the
Medic
medic?
has a third resource called Uber. The medic gains 2 Uber for every 1 point of healing he does to himself or a teammate. Simple enough. Heal people for 50
Actually,
points,
it's pronounced
and you get the
Uber.
Uber. Huh?
It's actually pronounced Uber.
Okay.
Ignore me
Medic,
being a German nerd.
Medic heals an ally with a medigun, healing 1 HP and granting them super HP regen for 4 turns. Considering that'll amount to about 11 HP overall, that's pretty good for his passive.
Yeah.
Wowee.
The Crusader's Crossbow heals 5 HP and grants +1 POW and Def for 2 turns. Buff booster funny moments.
Yeah.
Boost to funny moments.
Amputator. Medic begins playing a song on a bone saw. When he finishes the song after a turn of charge, everyone on Medic's team restores 5 HP. Once again, very good for the passive. You'd think
Yeah.
50 HP would be a lot to heal, but Medic has the options to do that, and
Yeah, isn't
that's-
that just 40 points?
Yeah, I
of
mean, like,
uber?
what? It's a character called Medic. I think they should be healing a lot.
exactly.
Yeah, it's just
Sounds about right.
40.
And he'll be doing it constantly. I will note that Medic did kind of lose his damaging option, which can sometimes not be a good thing, but also this is your Medic.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be doing that too much anyways.
Yeah, no.
And, of course, Uber Charge. With a full stack
Oh,
of
didn't
Uber,
this get
Medic activates the Uber Charge on one of his allies, granting them Rainbow and Critical for 2 turns.
Oh, this got
Have fun with that.
better.
Yeah. I put them both into the same thing. You want fully
Yeah.
actionable, invincible crits? Get Troll.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Rainbow Critical.
This is literally just the FE move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a final smash move, but it's also really hard to get.
I mean, you
It
get
takes
20
a while
Uber
to get
per...
to Uber Charge, but oh man. Yeah.
Like, how much FP would this normally cost? I think this is like...
The answer is
24
yes.
Rainbow for 2
FP if you go
turns
off
is
the
10 FP already, and then stack critical on that's probably another 15, so
25 FP move.
yeah.
Holy shit.
That checks out for what Medic has to do to get here.
You have to upgrade your FE once to actually use this. Unless you have Uber, like, oh hey, this character has Uber.
Anyways, Birthright. Power boost applied to Medic increase how much HP is healed by his move. Does not apply in reverse. I assume this has to be actual power boost and not just bad stuff. Or
Eh,
I don't know. Either way, probably good.
I know, like,
Lets Medic get a little
there's
bit of
no
use out of
reason
his
to bring
Crusader's
POW stuff when
crossbow.
Heal Plus exists.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Eh.
Eden's blessing gives him Uber, and then final smash. Doctor! Show this will work!
I have no idea!
Perfect.
Yeah.
Come
So
on.
good.
Gold rage lets all allies for 2 turns, but also drains Medic's overcharge. And with Deva's meters only affects 2 mates, and the recharge and gaining Uber is used for 3 turns. And
Yeah.
team-wide
Like,
Rainbow
Uber's
crits-
already kind of a final smash, so, like, it was kind of hard to make this, but
Every...
I
Fair
feel
enough.
like applying an AoE was a good
Yeah.
way to go with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone
Everyone
dies. The end.
Yeah.
Got him.
So, yeah.
You know,
the-
debatably,
for
this
not-
technically
so-
gotten better since last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think that
Medic
goes
was already
to
an A
A
tier.
tier.
Do we think this pushes him up to S?
I think my argument for this just has to be for how stupid Uber Charge actually is now.
Yeah, it depends on how fast you can get it, I think.
Yeah, Uber Charge
And
is
he
real
technically can
stupid.
get this decently fast with the right build. Fortune
Yeah.
Fire Ready Up Amputator.
Yeah, ready up amputator, and also the fact that heal badges are actually starting to become usable now. So
Yeah, like,
Especially
he definitely
vehicles.
has a
Probably-
much easier time of getting it.
I want to
Than,
point out
than I
like,
think when
three
this was
heal
initially made.
pluses with the Ready Up Amputator. That is an 8 HP AoE heal to everyone. And going off of the calculations, that is 16 Uber 4 times. You get over half your Uber in a single go of that.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you've spent 10 BP for that?
yeah,
I mean, I want the critical, man. Give me the critical.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's worth it for the critical.
Give me
so
the
I'd
honestly,
absolutely
critical,
break
I
my
want
BP
it.
bank.
Yeah, for what I hear, like, I think Medic definitely gets the bump up to S tier. Like, it just
Yeah, I think I
Aiming.
agree.
he's just way better
He
now,
did it.
you know.
Yeah. He's also
Even
just
if his
more
kit didn't
faithful to
change
the
all too
game,
much,
and I like
just
it.
yeah, and just the
Yeah,
main thing is just
he did good.
Uber. The best part of his kit got a massive buff, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's all he really needed. And like
Yeah,
Uber was
it's
already
become
really
a
good.
bit harder to gain Uber because you can't just spam the Uber saw. But again, with
Yeah.
builds, with the right builds, you can also just kind of get it really quickly.
Yeah. What ideas Medic anyways? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 118. So in S tier that would put right between Slick Star and King. Which speaking of which, I think we're going to be looking at King soon. Right. Let's see
Medic and S tier
here.
feels right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Delta Fuzzy or Dark World Fuzzy Dice. Can give me a second here.
I'm guessing the rework is a TP mirror.
Yeah. You didn't get magic spells like the other magic gaining characters did, but Dark World Fuzzy Dice is technically the origin. The perk people had TP first, so I feel weird to not have them have magic too.
Yeah, fair.
The difference is that since they don't have magic spells, they get the innate ability of Tension Flower, in which they can spend TP for 4x CFP cost.
That's fair, honestly.
Yeah.
So what happens if they
Anyway.
equip Tension Flower?
Not much, I would imagine.
The universe implodes.
Not much, like I said. Razor. Grants evasion up for 5 turns. And the amount of evasion you get is equal to your magic stat. Which, so you can get some decent evasion out of this. Probably pretty good
Yeah,
if you got, like, close call.
I'm realizing how absurdly cheap Grazer evasion up actually is.
Yeah, I mean, base evasion up is not all that great. You just gotta get one dodge every 5 hits.
But the moment you look at the stuff you can use it with.
Yeah, that's where the evasion up starts to shine a bit.
It kind of gets
Haha,
stupid.
I'm going to a quick hockey day.
Oh yeah, also this increases the TP you get from dodging attacks, which, funny.
Yeah. I mean, hey, more
Anyways, I'll need a
TP.
second. I need to get water.
Yep. The D20. Fuzzy rolls the D20, which re-rolls an item in his inventory to something else in the same category. If he doesn't have any items, he can instead spend 16% to use the D20 to generate a shard of a chosen category. Healing shard, status shard, etc. Which doesn't do anything and can't be re-rolled into something else as if it were a 100 coin item. The cost of this move is equal to the cost of the new item minus the cost of the old item divided by 25 plus 3, which is to say, basically, just the more expensive the new item is compared to the old one, the more it'll cost. Also, it can't cost less than 4 FP or 16% TP before efficiency effects apply. For every badge, Fuzzy has the TP cost reduced by 4% to a minimum of 8% TP. So that's pretty nice. This can also be an act if you prefer. And you can also shift up the cost up and down with it for each point of magic you have.
I find it
pretty
funny how
fun.
efficiency down with acts actually just kind of ends up being pretty good, since that technically increases the range of shit you can do with it.
Yeah. I'm not.
Oh yeah, by the way. By the way, I'm back.
Oh yeah, welcome back.
No, you're Trunko.
Ah shit.
Oh yeah. By the way, I will note that he didn't originally have magic. He just had TP before. The magic stuff came later on.
Fair.
And I think the character's better for it. Yeah, like obviously, but he wasn't that great before. I think he needed a bit more help. In any case, Slice and Dice deals 1 magic damage twice and rerolls one of their badges to something of Fuzzy's choice. The badge must be rerolled into another badge in the same category, so Birthright cannot be rerolled, and you also can't reroll most things into Peekaboo or Defense Spotter. And the new badge has to be within 2 PP of the old one, and cannot be a Curse Badge, Double Pain, Half Health, Arrow, or Thorn Ring. Regardless of what you reroll it into, this reverts back after 2 plus match turns. This move won't reroll the badge of someone who currently has a reroll badge.
Wait, there's technically a niche for Contractor Omega now. It can't be rerolled by Dark World Fuzzy Dice. So isn't the badge the gap between this and the next most expensive badges?
God.
We've got it.
True.
If Fuzzy so desires, this move can be used to put a badge shard on a chosen category onto the foe, which acts as a 3 HP badge that does nothing. However, badge shard can still be rerolled just like other badges. You'll even stick around even after being transformed back.
God.
Yeah, this one probably isn't as great on boss fights, but I don't know, you could throw P up, D down onto them or something. Maybe 6 spread.
Honestly, Thornwing. Throw Thornwing onto them.
You can't, you're not allowed to do that.
Damn it!
I accounted for
Roll that
this.
PFD down.
Yeah, P up, D down is a good choice. Anything to get, maybe like Thorn Remnant, that's probably a good one.
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty decent.
Persevere. Here, grants +2 def for 1 plus match turns, and clears all the negative statuses. If the target has less than 10% of max FP left, this also restores 5 FP. The secondary effect won't trigger if used on Fuzzy himself using FP, but can work if they use TP. If used on a KO ally 3 times, this survives into 8 HP with none of the other buffs from this move. Good luck pulling that off, though.
So how I imagine this works is just Dark World Fuzzy Dice just going up to the ally and just constantly shaking them to try to get them back up.
I mean, you're not too far off.
Yeah,
Wake up.
Perseverance seems like the thing that would do. It
Yeah.
looks very cool. I wish I
Look.
could do kind of this gimmick, but with the Journey's team.
Yeah.
Like having their souls do things.
Yeah. I like Undertale stuff.
I also like Undertale stuff.
Gee, I sure wonder.
Anyways, Birthright gives +1 match for 3 turns when using an item rerolled from a shard. Unit's blessing gives TP, and Vital Smash! And that's 20.
Oh my
Fuzzy
goodness.
Dice prepares to do something so
Matt Mercer!
unbelievably stupid that it just might work. Basically, just do whatever you want. But, it also has some actual effects if you want to just... If you don't want to just do an act. But yeah, I don't think this pushes Fuzzy Dice up to S tier, but I think this it really solidifies them in A tier, you know? Blood.
It's funny.
Magic gives them a lot more
Yeah.
flexibility with the first 3 moves at
It's
the
the
very
same thing
least.
as B-side ribbon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like these ones. I didn't like this kid too much before, but now that it's got magic and stuff, I like it a lot more now. The main thing before is I felt like they just couldn't really do a lot on their own. Like they had item stuff. But before item stuff also just wasn't as fleshed out as it was now. So that might have been a part of it too. But yeah. Anywho, yeah, okay. Let me just next up is Copper, one of Battle's characters, or Eps's, however we say it. Think this gal's like C tier before, maybe might have been D tier. I think it was C tier though.
Let me go dig for that, actually.
Yep, C tier.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see what Bagel did.
this gets pretty small, so I believe get Flirt, which inflicts charm for 2 turns. Applies a stun lock class now. Shock deals 3 damage and paralyzes them for 1 turn. Copper armor gives +1 def and electrified for 3 turns, but now I believe it also has the effect of making it so that whenever Copper is electrified, whoever she attacks also takes an additional 1 fixed damage.
I
Which,
mean, it's
it's
basically
not the
guess?
best, but
eh.
it's something.
I'm going to be honest. I think this is just still.
I don't think this character is like is that much better, but there's something. Also, training kits.
I mean, like what?
Yeah, this character is
How much
Uh,
FP is Healing Kiss? Is that 4 FP for 4 HP?
That is overcast.
I feel like that just not get updated or something because I feel like that wasn't that before.
Yeah, that okay. I feel like we would have noticed.
Yeah. Um. Hmm.
You know, I just now noticed that birthright basically is just a free summon convert. The
Yeah.
flirt.
Well, I don't think Copper's changing ranks. I don't think it should. I don't think she got too much. But oh
Yeah.
well. Now we're finally on King. I believe Caleb said he reworked, but I don't. I don't remember actually seeing what got changed.
Try
So,
looking for Project Teal up in your docs.
okay. Maybe it just didn't get added to the tier list sheet because maybe.
Post it whenever you find it. I cannot find it in mine.
Um. Okay, so apparently Shining Arrows got changed. On King.
What got changed?
Um. Shining Arrows seems to now be 4 piercing AoE instead of the quad attack it was before, presumably.
Yeah, that's enough to drop it down to tier.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I
Right.
can't believe the old guard is falling.
Good work, boys. Fastest balancing session yet.
Yep. The person between King Dice and Ninja Koopa. Let's see here. King Dice. Yep, there it is. Right next to the other Persona guys.
He can be
A bunch of
friends with
Persona
them
characters
now.
get banned and go to jail.
Yep.
This
Honestly, I
is
don't
literally
think-
the plot of Persona 5.
God.
Oh yeah,
Right,
you actually
so-
do go to jail in Persona 5. It's very
Yeah,
cool.
right. Next step, we have Loserosphere, another Epis character.
What on earth is a loserosphere?
I don't know. It looks like Loser, but black and with the red X over him.
I don't think I
I
feel
figured it
this
was
thing.
a variant of loser, but like, what is a loserosphere?
I don't freaking know, man. It's this thing.
Hmm.
Anyways, right. So you got red touch, 3 damage, heal for damage dealt, final stinger, 3 damage 3 times. That should be more iffy.
Yeah.
Red pulse, gain dodging for 3 turns with -1 death while it's active. Spike ball deals 3 damage and inflicts 2 stacks of strain for 2 turns. Funny, magma, but not.
Hmm.
Free from control. Uh, oh, but this is funny now that Berserk is actually a thing. But,
This Final
gives
Smash
himself
aged so well.
Gives unstoppable and raised in savior for 4 turns. Yeah, okay. Also, Birthright. Blood-related negative stages heal losers here by amount of HP he would normally lose, so just... I think that's Dio's old passive.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you.
Reverse toxin, but for blood instead of
So
everything.
why did we put this thing in A tier again?
This thing was an
Presumably
A
because
tier?
Final Stinger.
We're gonna nerf that after this.
Yeah, I'll just
I'm
drop
gonna
this
nerf that
down a
right
tier. I don't
now.
want to drop it too far
Yeah.
because like Spikeball can be funny
Yeah,
sometimes. Double
it's
strain.
bad,
No.
and it has one undercost move. If anything, it's like either like A tier or banned.
I'm just gonna put him in like B tier, just and tell Epiz to move to increase the cost on that move because yeah, funny.
Yeah.
Right. So that puts him right between Loot and Fasty.
God.
There it is.
Loot being in B
Alright.
tier despite having the exact same tool Pit Pipe has to get into Triple S is funny to me, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he has a lot less access to it than compared to Pit Pipe.
Right there, I can change that if you want.
Not right now. Oh, next up is another fairly significant change. We got Cyber Ribbon.
Oh, this one is big.
Yep.
Where's that one?
Right here.
Where are
Oh,
they?
hey, the gimmicks
164.
LK technically stole, but didn't actually.
They stole it, and no one will ever know.
It gives
So
off
yeah,
that energy.
Cyber Ribbon.
God.
See, Saber Ribbon isn't quite like the other ribbons in that, she's a robot, she doesn't have magic in the normal way. And as
Yeah.
a result, she uses a different stat. Tech. She has a special VP meter which can hold up to 10 VP and start at 0. Each turn, she passively gains VP equal to her technology, and all VP gains increased or decreased by however much technology you have. And when it's maxed out, you can use it all up for some virtual boosted versions of your special moves. Passive VP gain is disabled on turn to spend VP, of course, because, But, and of course, as you would expect, she's got all sorts of virtual badges to do stuff with. Some of these may seem a bit familiar.
I
See
wonder
here,
where
you
they
got
got
Tech
him.
Attack. Deals 2+ tech damage to a foe for 2 FP. When virtual booster becomes piercing. Network Attack does the same thing, but 3 foes and for 6 FP.
Oh, that actually sounds devastating.
Yep.
Hmm.
Overclocked CPU gives +2 tech and danger, so you get half charge times essentially. Power Reroute makes it so that all VP gain instead restores your HP, and an unstable reality makes it so that virtual boosted moves no longer cause VP in danger. If any of the badges get
Funny.
nerfed, it's probably going to be this one because, But
I can
yeah,
always see this being stupid with that one character Caleb made with the 12 FP move.
yeah, that sounds about right. In any case, shriveled cybernetics, wilted stuff. Yeah, virtual guard.
Yeah.
Gain 1 VP each time you guard an attack. Whatever do you
Yeah.
want, really? Glitched
Yeah.
item. You can virtual boost your items to gain copies of them. Energize and super energize let you get VP in exchange for FP.
Appeal.
Got the T up, D down, and all those badges, which do what you expect them to.
Look, it's standard.
Yep. Got VP drain, which -1 power but gain 1 VP per hit landed. Take increases the final gain, not amount given per hit. Max of 5 VP per attack.
We
VP
should
plus
make
increases your
VP
max
gain an
VP,
actual
but you still
badge.
only have to pay 10 for your virtual boosted moves. So, yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect processing is seeing flower factoring work how you expect them to.
Yeah.
Flower factoring is probably particularly good since you can just kind of hold off on spending FP until you get your virtual stuff going. Pre-chart is also funny.
I will get one free special move on you.
Yeah.
Digit
Cyber
already has
power
this by
and cyber
default. I
shield.
don't know why this is a badge.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
What if you use pre-charge with the wind-up badge?
God dang, badge windup always comes back to haunt me.
Like, it's not really that good of a badge until it is.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like, 5 VP and 4 FP to recharge your VP, I guess. And
Would
at
you
that point,
know
just use Blossom Boost, really.
if you start
Yes.
the battle with a very strong thing, then you rewind the badge that gives you the very strong thing. Oh boy, it's broken.
Yep, Cyber Power. +1 power, but you lose 1 VP per hit you land. No effect of this would cause you to drop below 0 VP. I think I will note that unlike Digit's version, this will be per hit rather than per attack, but also Digit works on smaller numbers and the virtual stuff does, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Same for Cyber Shield. Cyber Shield halves damage, including piercing damage, but you lose VP equal to damage you take rather than a fixed 1.
Honestly speaking, like, on a unrelated note, Flawless Shoot is probably a pretty decent badge that people actually need to probably try using.
Yeah, the EV showed it, you can definitely get results.
It's basically just courage. Downside
Yeah.
aside, it's courage.
Anyways, got program power, virtual vigor, code optimizer, and virtual velocity. These work how you expect them to. Virtual velocity might be a bit of a crime on some characters, but figure that out. Blossom Boost also is like it's technology plus, permanent +1 tech. Basically
An
gives you,
upgrade to the Wi-Fi.
yep, lets you get your stuff going faster.
Yes.
No strings attached.
Oh no.
Artificial Soul merges your FP and VP into a single stat called EP, which serves as both. Virtual boosted moves add 10 EP to the cost of the move. Passive VP gain is only disabled on turn to reuse virtual boosted moves.
So have we ever considered this with Heart and Soul?
Yeah. Good luck, whoever has to rep that. Yeah,
Time to come in with my base 40 MP.
Toxic Tech, get +1 tech with negative statuses. Flower Reroute, restore FP past your maximum. You get access instead of restores a VP. Virtual Flower is the opposite of that. This one costs considerably more because you store 2 VP per turn, and this could probably become double Happy Flower without too much effort.
Probably.
And then Technological Power. -1 tech, but all damage dealt is increased by your tech.
Alright, so what I'm seeing with this move, for starters, this is basically just power plus. Then second off, this makes you get cheaper power pluses with technology plus. Third off, if you really want to stack that many technology pluses at the same time, you technically can equip 4 at a time.
Technically. Yeah.
Haha.
Something's gonna die.
Technically.
Yeah. Anyways,
I love
right
puns.
aside, here's Cyber Ribbon's actual moves. We got the Wire Whip. We'll note that she gets +2 def rather than half damage on her virtual guard. But,
Makes sense.
it's about the same value, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Ribbon Zap. Deals 2 piercing electric damage and inflicts Sparky for 2 turns. And if the target already has Sparky, this deals 4 damage instead of refreshing it. Nice little attacking option. And when
It's
virtual
either a
boosted, this
smash
targets
attack
2 foes and can inflict Voodoo.
So what does
Which,
this one do again?
Voodoo makes it so that whenever you take damage, anyone else with Voodoo also takes damage. The same also applies to healing, however. So kind of link hearts.
Neat.
Cyber Ribbon used to have Link on her Ribbon Zap, which Link was a cool status, but ultimately very impractical. Is
I do think
Link was funny because you had paralyzed, but it's only active on 2. Basically, you had paralyzed on one person and status that does nothing on another person. But if you hit the person with paralyzed, they'll become unparalyzed, and the person with the other side becomes paralyzed. It was funny, but you can
Very
understand why
weird.
that didn't really work in practice.
I'm pretty sure Cyber Ribbon was the only character with the status, so we probably need to remove it from the sheet.
I did.
I was about to
I think
ask
it
you.
was.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Paralink is dead. Leave your condolences in the comments.
Battery boost. Grants energize
No
for
one
2
will miss
turns,
it.
and if given to a tech user such as yourself, also grants +1 tech for 2 turns. Added tech will not tick down the turn this move is used. When virtual boosted, she'll put even more power into the boost, granting Haywire in addition to Energize. This won't give the tech boost regardless of target, however.
You know, I
Simple
had
enough.
the original Cyber Ribbon doc pulled out. I was just wondering where the boost was for a moment.
Yeah.
I
Lag
swapped docs.
switch. Cyber tries messing with someone's code, but it doesn't go all too well, just making the target laggy for 3 turns. And it's given down on friend or foe. And as a fun little treat, Ribbon Zap will totally ignore laggy, whether it's on Cyber or her target. When virtual
Nice.
boosted, this also inflicts acidic. Given that the events of laggy take place at the end of the turn, this could result in some nasty damage, but be careful, you might be on the receiving end of some increased punishment as well.
I can imagine.
Acidic
a bunch
laggy
of
is something I want to see play out, even if it's going to be dumb.
It's going to get banned somewhere, you know it.
Yeah.
Like, imagine this
Acidic
with
laggy
Bowser for a
scares me.
second.
God. Buff conduits. Creates a buff conduit with 5 HP and 1 def, which does nothing on its own. But if you have 2 on the field, the circuit will be completed. When the circuit is completed, buff conduits will apply any and all positive statuses that they have to everyone on Cyber Ribbon's team. Electric statuses will also grant +1 power on top of their usual effects. If 2 conduits are given the same status, or if the people are buffing get 2 stacks of the status. If charge, build up, or other similar statuses get given to a conduit, it'll always be given +1 at a time, but they'll act as permanent increases the respective stat while active. Similarly, crit charge will give allies mini crits. Leggy, despite being a negative status, will work properly with buff conduits, so feel free to have fun with that.
Sweet.
The conduits also have synergy with summon badges. FE plus P grants Happy Flower with a complete circuit, healing Fine V grants Immune, and Power and Defend plus P give +1 power and +1 def respectively. Blazing Buddies also gives +1 power. Water Candle will create a second conduit as expected, which can complete a circuit but not give any of its own buffs.
I mean, that's
And
honestly
final
kind of
note,
worth the 7 since you could just slap things on the non-watery conduit.
Yeah. Just the main thing is you can't double buff them, and yeah, since if you only have to take out one of the conduits in order for the circuit to stop being complete stuff.
Just place another one then.
Yeah. As a final note, in 1v1s, positive status is applied to the conduits last an additional turn, including Uber statuses. Otherwise, why bother with them, right? Regardless, the conduits are extremely versatile tools, and making proper use out of them is key to success with Cyber Ribbon. Virtual boosting. When virtual boosting, Cyber Ribbon simply makes a second buff conduit, completing the circuit immediately.
Oh yeah, there's also the nerf conduits.
Yep, these work pretty much how you would
It's
expect.
evil
Evil.
buff conduit.
Drew an
They-
evil,
they
twisted,
quick-
fucked up version of the buff conduits. A simple glimpse into my twisted mind would drive most insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You got the it's just the buff conduits, but around the enemies and deck with negative statuses.
Yeah, it
That
makes sense.
is evil.
Anyways, Final Smash just makes her virtual boosted moves cause 0 VP for the next 6 turns. Yeah, not much more to say on that one.
This could surely end well.
Yep,
No shenanigans whatsoever.
indeed. Yeah, so Cyber Ribbon was already A tier. I think this buff makes her better, but I don't think it makes her better enough to push her up into S tier.
Again,
Yeah.
it's like
Many
the
tools,
B-side
but
buff.
I'm not sure if they do push them up to S, so I do agree with you.
Yeah. I think the virtual buff boosting stuff is good, and I think switching out Link for Sparky and Voodoo is generally a buff, but, not a huge buff.
Yeah. Hey, who's next?
Let's see here. We've got Mario.
Holy
I'm
shit, Mario's in the simulations?
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
so
It's
crazy.
Mario.
So
I'm currently
Mario
in the
got
process of
some
adding.
surprising amount of changes. Again, we're gonna have to pull up ML's patch notes.
I'm
I
currently
need to
adding
also
them to
find
the
where
patch
Mario
notes
is.
themselves.
Where's Mario?
So yeah, Mario. The main note is that most of his passives have changed. The super mushroom is still just the standard stuff. Yep, the fire flower now inflicts flammable for 1 turn instead of soft burn for 2 turns, and which is particularly good since Mario Fire Flower now also gives his attacks fire element.
Indeed.
Wait, what is
The
this?
ice flower it makes it so that every other attack he does inflicts frigid for 1 turn, which nice for making bosses do a bit less damage, but also makes Mario do less damage. I will note that the strategy I employed with Choconilla Ribbon, who also has Frigid, if you equip Ice Shield with this, you see, Frigid makes your attacks
Oh, yeah.
ice-based. You can equip Ice Shield to really make the opponent hate you.
God.
I
remember
do
that.
realize that. Ice
Remember
Flower could
you
have
using this
given
once.
that Ice Ore badge a genuine niche. From what I've been looking down at.
Yeah. Anyways, the Super Leaf makes it so that Super Leaf deals less damage and FP damage. Now it's 1 FP and 1 damage rather than 2 FP and 3 damage. But now Mario gets a stack of Swift for every 12 damage he takes, which is to say, every 12 damage he takes, he gets to dodge 1 hit for free.
Neat.
Oh, someone hopped out.
It's
TTA
TTA.
left
TTA.
because
Ah, rip.
school.
See ya.
Rip.
Imagine having
And
a
the one
bed.
mushroom is also that got nerfed, understandably so, because the AoE +2 healer is just a little bit good, I think.
I can't believe it.
You
It's no longer the best one.
you will be missed.
It still
Yeah,
seems
no, I
that
think over.
Mario's kicked really well, though, so.
Yeah.
I've said as much when kept building for this guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think his passive is in a much better place than it was before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you actually have reason to use his other options now.
So yeah, the jump is the same, but the hammer now good doesn't take a charge turn instead of having negative priority. But great is no longer piercing, but only takes 1 turn charge, and excellent only takes 2 turns of charge, and is still
I don't
and
want to
still
wait
piercing
3
too.
turns for this.
Yeah, excellent was pretty. It's pretty strong. Like it looks, you can see why it was 3 turns, but also at the same time, waiting 3 turns just for 8 piercing damages. Yeah.
This means that my build is
Yeah.
technically legal now. Let's go.
Ooh yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
Instant excellent.
Nice.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
goodness.
Pasta Dreams got Rerank entirely. Now it costs 6 FP and has a 6 HP heal at base, but also has some other effects attached to it. Spaghetti has plus 3 HP and that can only be used on Mario. Ravioli heals the second player for 3 HP alongside the 6 HP heal. Alfredo gives a 3 HP 3 shield alongside the heal that can launch to deal 4 damage. Bowties makes it heal 6 FP instead and grants FP region for 2 turns. Basil heals the entire party for 5 HP and grants stuff for 2 turns. And Macaroni grants +1 pound magnetized for 2 turns alongside the heal. All pretty good stuff.
I do like how it's implied that only Mario is able to eat spaghetti, like ever.
Yeah.
That's
Local
because it's
Italian
Luigi
restaurant goes
spaghetti.
out of business because only one person can actually order their food.
So yeah, power up ability. Now it costs 6 FP, but has a lower cooldown. Triple jump now deals 4 damage to 2 foes and grants airborne for 2 turns. Rather than what it was before, which is as it turns out 2 damage to 2 foes and airborne for 1 turn.
Fun.
Yeah. Firebrand deals 3 damage to all foes and inflicts burn for 2 turns. I believe I noted that this shouldn't inflict flammable as well, because like,
Yeah.
this is
it
6
doesn't.
FP and stuff.
Yeah.
Freeze is frozen can pierce boss immunities once. It'll only last for 1 turn though, unlike Ice Freeze's normal 2 turns. Because
Yeah.
2 turn freeze probably would be a bit much.
Maybe a little bit.
Can if they're immune to it, they inflicts 2 stacks of glacial, which is also good considering Ice Fire grants ice element to into attacks. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
And also attacking frozen or glacial foes with an ice stack grants you an extra turn, like with the Ice Flower passive. That didn't really that was actually a thing with the frigid before, but we removed that because that
Too
could
strong.
easily turn into Anka for very cheap.
Does Mario still get it on this one special move?
Oh yeah, he still gets it here though. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wait.
Let's see.
Did I
Tail
put a
Slide
length for?
didn't get changed too much. It just got +1 damage.
Did I put a length for glacial?
I would assume it's still 2 turns.
Okay, 2 turns sounds right.
Anyways, Great Revival is pretty much totally reworked. Now revives for 10 HP. Doesn't have to be used on the turn direct after the ally is defeated, but they get tired. They get tired for 3 turns afterwards.
Local
still,
inverses.
It may not seem like much, but it's 6 FP for a revive is a very good deal, even with the downsides now.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
And he also has the new Mario Kart. Alright. Grants a 5 HP shield, and you can charge up and make the shield grant fast every other turn. If the ally has a card, they can also gain one of Mario's power up passives.
The
Which
one
is
up
pretty
mushroom
nice.
I can
I
imagine.
feel like this. I feel like this is a an element that he was missing before, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mars, like with Waluigi, I think Mars is definitely better now. I don't think it's enough to bump him up a tier, especially since like his best passive before
Yeah.
was nerfed. But he
He has
now
Yeah, now
has
he's just a
reasons
better
to
A tier.
equip his other passives, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
You
He
know,
actually has
all
variety
together a
now.
lot better now.
I'm proud of
Yeah.
him.
I
So
finally
yeah,
accomplished what I was trying to do with
that'll
this
do.
moveset.
Hmm?
I finally accomplished what I was trying to do with the moveset.
Yeah, pretty nice.
I do appreciate how it's Garfield who's managing this patch notes.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see here. Next up, we've got Lucid. A lot of characters around this general 160 range.
Hey,
True.
where do I find Lucid?
2 characters below Mario. 169.
I mean, like tiers.
In terms of tiers, I believe Lucid is. If I recall correctly, Lucid was C tier, but I could be wrong on that.
I do
Oh,
not
no,
see Lucid in C
that's
tier.
D tier. That is D
Oh,
tier.
Yeah, that's
oh.
bad.
What did they do?
Presumably over reliance on sleep.
Ah,
I don't totally remember though, so. Yeah, Barrier of Rest grants +2 def and immune for 1 turn. Simple enough.
mhm.
Sleep Dust. Puts someone to sleep for 2 turns, and if they're immune, inflicts tired for 3 turns instead.
I think that tired's technically cheaper than it's supposed to be, but I could be wrong. I could have
I
sworn
think
it
at
was
the
5
moment,
originally.
tired is like equal to courage and cost, but yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, I could be wrong on this.
Glow of Hope grants invigorated for 3 turns, aka the funny soulstone buffing status.
Oh god, they have this now! We have a public user! Go get it!
Let's see here. Sweet Dreams. Losers puts an ally into Sweet Dreams until they or their Soulstone is fully charged. While the allies in Sweet Dreams, the Soulstone charges twice per turn as if they're automatically dreaming. If the ally is immune to mobilization, this just works like a normal dream badge, but for an ally. Pretty neat.
Oh, this is soul support now. Dang.
Yeah. Bitter Nightmares. Inflicts Mark for 3 turns. I forgot what Mark does.
I think that's the one that just does a shit ton of damage if something dies.
Yep. I like that it has a specific insta-kill on summons, but as if they were ever going to survive the 8 fixed damage.
You never know,
Marks is a
okay?
very weird status.
Yeah. Dimming Laser. Deals 5 damage for every ally, including summons around the opponent's side. It adds an extra +1 power to the total cap damage of 10.
I think there's some obvious implications with this, with the theme team.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's on the opponent's side, so it'd have to be like for every opponent there is, like I don't know, probably pretty good against
Okay,
like
I got
Pit Pipe or something.
exactly. Send in Pit Pipe. Throw a shit ton of Goombas on the opponent's side.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking Pit Pipe boss, but no, that works too.
God.
Birthright. Whenever an ally gets immobilized, including Lucid, Lucid gains 2 HP and 2 FP per turn of immobilization. Healing has a cap of 6 HP and 6 FP because why?
Oh god, that is actually a lot of HP and FP.
Yeah.
Then again, immobilization doesn't last too long unless you're fighting Giganto or something.
Honestly, what I'm seeing with this is use this with like Rage Attack and Outburst Attack.
I see where this is going. Add on some Burst of Vigor for extra value.
Yeah.
I like Burst of
Anyways,
Vigor, by the way. It's
Final
good.
Smash. The Hydra Trio circle on 3 opponents, causing the 3 to fall asleep or experience sleep deprived hallucinations. They refuse such can't sleep. During that time, the opponents see 2 enemies or acts their eyes, locking the trio into conflict for 3 turns. While they're all fighting each other, they also have Leech and Drain for 3 turns as well. Good old conflict.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not sure where to put this, but definitely above D tier now.
Yeah, they actually have something they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
have to imagine, like,
I think between
probably
the funny dimming laser and the soulstone support, I'm inclined to say like B tier.
Yeah, I'd say so.
that works.
Yeah. All right. I'll put them right. Let's see here. Right between Hoodie and Fishing Urn. But
Amazing.
He gets to be friends with the goat.
heck yeah. Do what? Notably on the list we say just ban him, lol. Let's just check to make sure her, her didn't get.
Oh god, what
I
is
don't actually
this?
know if Daywat got fixed or Duat. I think it's Duat. Whatever. What is?
This do what?
I don't know if he got fixed.
So will we
It's
be just banning him? Lol.
Why would they be banned?
Aquajet deals 2 damage and inflicts waterlog for 3 turns and gives himself fast for 1 turn.
How?
Yes, we are just banning him.
Okay, yeah, no, that was not fixed.
Uh,
One look at
It gets even worse when he go down. He has a move that he can just do double damage with that has 5 power base.
yeah. No, wait.
What the
Yeah, okay,
shit?
so in band tier, I believe this puts him right. Okay, admittedly, not all the band tier characters are on the sheet, but let's put them right before the Sorara up and down.
God.
Yeah, I didn't put
There are a
I
few
didn't
bad characters you should
intentionally
remove.
put band tier characters on the tier list because, like, most of them are like rejected and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, not most of them. I mean, there's a lot of characters down here,
I
but
think
you
it
get my point.
practically makes this the biggest teardrop we'll ever see. Going from S
Yeah,
all the way down to
Dear
ban.
god. Hero to zero.
technically, yeah.
It loops back around to the worst.
Next up we got QT, who got some decent buffs, I think.
Yeah. Right, let's do what is now has his new
Careless
form.
Buzzsaw. The 0x5 no longer has a POW cap.
That's
one
already a
scared me
big
the most.
difference. Jeez.
Yeah. Just, be mindful of the Sparky damage. You can only use this wall Sparky.
I mean, 5 recoil damage, but 5 hits.
Yeah. And let's see here. Synthetic Catnap. Catnap. You get 2 turns of unconditional rage if you get hit while you're sleeping.
Makes
Unconditional
sense.
rage is probably pretty nice with this Careless Buzzsaw you got right here.
Probably.
You also got the I think Carefree Jolt is unchanged, but you got Conductive and Sparky and all that.
Yeah.
And then Sensory Overload's upgraded version now deals 2 fixed damage to 1 target on the field per turn of Sparky had, and applies static for 3 turns to them. Now, static is a funny status, because it's effectively pseudo-amazed against anyone with electric status. And no, hey, guess what element the status that all of QT's moves inflict on herself?
Oh, gee. I sure do wonder what the synergy is with this character.
Yeah. In any case, you also have Birthright, which grants +2 efficiency when you have Sparky. And Termination, the new Final Smash, grants Steel for 5 turns, and you can use both the red and pink versions of your moves at any time. And also, you don't have to deal with Sparky damage anymore.
I mean, Steel is a shit ton of benefits, so that's always nice. And you also
Yep.
just get the free pent attack with it.
Yeah, pretty much. Mind you,
I
Steel
think
has like +1 power innately, so, just get that,
It actually does damage.
yeah.
I think it's ironic that she turns into steel, which conducts electricity, but that stops the sparky damage.
Yeah.
Trust
Well,
me, it makes sense.
I think I feel
It
like
makes her better
she was
than me.
like only barely in C tier before, so I feel like this definitely gets her up a tier at least.
Yeah,
I'd bump it up
up into
solely
B
because of
tier
the
at
fact they
least.
have pent attack now. Because that is
Yeah,
really good.
a not capped pentattack, mind you. So,
Yeah, they get
but
away with it now.
yeah. So which tier would it be? B tier or A tier though?
I'd bump it up to B from what I'm seeing, but I do appreciate the funny stuff they do have now.
Yeah, I'll say B tier. Yeah. I'd be putting between Bomberman and Keolu.
God.
QTs. Bomberman. There it is.
And then I think the last one before the obese characters is Pyro.
Yep, Pyro. I don't think I actually saw the rework on this one, so this will be interesting.
We need to find the
Pyro
pilot.
is
Leave
number
him.
211.
Here it is. Oh God! Why is he pointing his flamethrower at me?
Franco's house in a few minutes is just burning.
Yeah.
First up, Flamethrower. Inflicts burn for 3 turns. Sharpened Volcano Fragment. Deals 2 damage and inflicts Magma Light for 3 turns. Magma Light is just magma about 1 damage instead of 2. More reasonable.
I made the name not thinking it'd get added to the status sheet. It got added to the status.
Just listen, Softbird exists, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, hey, the name's funny at least.
Gas Passer. Throws the Gas Passer at the enemy team, coating them in gas, inflicts Flammable on all of them for 3 turns, and extends the duration of any existing fire statuses on them by 1.
Oh, hey, Bingo.
Probably good
Bingo.
with these two, especially considering burn
Hello there, Bingo.
fire statuses already do this all is, so yeah.
Yeah.
Extinguisher. Deals 2 damage, and deals extra damage equal to the amount of damage all fire statuses on the opponent would do, but it also removes all the fire statuses in them. For fire statuses, assume they proc under certain conditions, such as Hue Blaze and Magma. Damage assumes they proc at every opportunity.
Yeah, the OG extinguisher in TF2, all it really does is mini crits against burning players.
Oh, hi, Bingo. I didn't even notice you joined.
Yeah, I joined a couple seconds ago.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm
Welcome to the
I'm a little
podcast. I
surprised.
think this is your first appearance.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I know the extinguisher. It grants mini crits against burning targets and extinguishes them, and it has like a damage penalty on its base. I'm a little surprised that mini crits weren't utilized here.
Yeah.
Weird.
This is funny,
I'm guessing just the amount of fire damage it already would do just from the burn here is probably the reason it doesn't have that.
Yeah.
I applaud this moveset for making the sharpened volcano fragment good, though. I'll give it that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched enough TF2 videos to know that people don't like that.
It is not good. It is not a good weapon.
Yeah. Birthright. Flamethrower only inflicts burn for 2 turns, but doesn't take up a turn. Probably funny.
I can imagine this with 3 status pluses and just comboing this with the extinguisher.
That'd be pretty good, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Alternatively, extra crispy chicken.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, I made that badge.
Yeah. I mean, that's
First
like
degree
double status
murder.
plus on all this, so.
So 3 extra crispy chickens, followed by an extinguisher.
God. Anyways, Final Smash inflicts Conflagration, Scorch, and Magma on all foes for 3 turns.
Oh god.
That's a lot of fire.
Yeah, that's that's for the extinguisher. That's like plus 12 just from Conflagration and an extra 6 from Magma. It'd probably
That's not
take down
bad.
immediately, so you probably wouldn't get the full value there, but still.
I mean, you're still getting 2 damage from the first pock of it.
Yeah.
Alright,
yeah, Pyro. Where was Pyro before? I think he's B tier. I'm deciding whether to
Could
put him up to A
potentially
tier or
be
not.
higher if you got the
I feel
right.
like he does enough
yeah.
damage to the point where you could probably do that, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I actually would argue A tier because like it does feel like he could do a shit ton of damage now in a single burst.
Yeah,
if you have the right kit for it.
The main weakness of DOT status is that, it takes forever, but like Extinguisher kind of cuts out that wait time and lets him set up more burn and magma light again.
And bear in mind,
True.
the potential also can be increased with fire. Like, it's not just Pyro's fire statuses; it's any fire status. And bear in mind that Pyro can increase the amount of time this lasts by just stacking more fire DOT.
Yeah,
Yeah, and a lot of
fire
these moves are
statuses are
pretty
very
cheap.
funny in that way.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
aside
mind
from
you, Gas
Passer,
Passer also is a status increaser.
Yep.
Pyro could do big damage in a boss fight. Could definitely run into some trouble against Fire Shield. But
Yeah,
yeah, I could
definitely.
see it
But
being
at the very least,
high B, low A, in my opinion.
yeah, Gas Passer inflicts flammable, which does at least give him an option for fire shield.
I would
Yeah,
say he
but yeah, I'll
bumps up
say
to
A tier.
A.
Let me just.
I hope he
my
doesn't set the tier
tiers.
on fire.
Oh no. Yeah. All right. He's between Solaire and Luigi. Luigi did also get changes in the patch notes, but it just got an extra move. Probably not gonna change that. So,
Yeah.
yep. Right here. All right.
So, do we want to do
Next
the
up,
obese
we got
characters now?
Oh,
the
no.
obese doc.
Now, okay, do we really want to do this today?
This will be the last one we do today.
Yay!
Yeah. So we're not gonna look into every obese doc character in depth because, like, no. But
We've analyzed the entire obese stock, flame by flame.
but
We speed
all
on
these
history.
guys got at least a few changes, and like as previously mentioned, even the ones that didn't get too many changes, like we probably were a bit lenient on them before, just because a lot of the time we were just kind of comparing these guys to each other, and a lot of these guys are fairly basic on their own. And like, don't get me wrong, basic doesn't necessarily mean bad. Anti guy is an A tier for a reason, but these guys are basic in not always good ways, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basic's a good thing. I mean, it's negation status.
God.
Took me a moment.
I
Anyways,
sure do love making all my moves do accurate and fixed damage.
So yeah, let's start off with Quartz here. I get the good old billiard barrage for the pool ball machine. Funny try attacking summon. When this thing was made, the P badges weren't really widely established things. I think they were getting phased out at the time, but we phased them back in, so Power plus P can actually be good.
Oh my god, it has a niche.
Yep. Anyways, you also got Soaring Sphere for 2 damage in Airborne, or 2 damage twice in Airborne, sorry. Pickaxe Protection for dodging all attacks and 4 damage, and then Block Building for a shield. First fight makes the pool ball machine get a quad attack, so have fun with that. And Final Smash is 1x15 fixed.
+1 more if he has the birthright equipped. Very important.
That's 30.
Yeah.
That's 36 damage. That's pretty good.
Good.
I can do math, guys.
Let's go.
So yeah. I think Quartz, I believe, is in hold on. I should just
Quartz is B tier.
yeah, Quartz is B tier, I believe. So
I
that
assuming
feels about right.
Yeah, by the same logic we've downgraded Boris's tier, I don't think we can upgrade Quartz's tier just because of Power Plus P's existence.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no, I wasn't arguing for that. I think B tier is a fair tier for him.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch. You got Joy-Con rack for 3x2, tennis rackets for reflect for 1 turn. Then you got Get Anything plus Nintendo Switch has games for a bunch of different things.
Wait, the Nintendo Switch has games?
Yeah,
What? This is information I didn't know before.
But does it have
Wait.
Party? Yeah, that's right. It doesn't. Terrible console.
You know, if they were thinking outside the box here, making a Nintendo Switch moveset, they'd make moves based off the parental controls.
True.
Yeah, I should probably note, a lot of these were taken from Obese 7A. I just kind of interpret them into Crusade movesets. And added
Cool.
new stuff where, just wasn't enough before. especially for characters
Oh,
that
no,
were
I don't
eliminated before that point in Obese.
Nice.
But
Okay,
yeah,
trying to make the move
you got
for the first
some
character
decent
that isn't
options
so-
here. Most of them are just okay.
Yeah.
First one lets you pass a set of spare Joy-Cons to a player choice, giving them access to Joy-Con racking tennis rackets, which might be neat sometimes. Tennis racket reflect is sometimes funny.
Oh god,
Uh,
Joy-Con drift.
Eden's blessing works
Joy-Con,
the same
that's
way, but
that's
the
awesome.
Joy-Con
That's awesome.
drift will activate after a while. And then the final smash activates Nintendo Switch Online.
Nintendo Switch Online.
Very funny commentary on that.
We
That
always
final
switch
smash could
on.
cost coins.
God.
This feels more for the comedy value than anything else.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
What's your we put him in
I
before?
like
Nintendo
that one.
Switch was also in B tier. Do we think he's still B tier?
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at some of the statuses Nintendo Switch can like pump out, and yeah, with all the options at kind of a cheap price, I think B tier's pretty fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I can see it.
He got captured. Captured is funny.
Shout out to all the games being from 2018 and earlier, though.
Let's see here.
When are
Next
we
up, we
getting-
have Adfly. This guy's Trunko's guy.
Hello there.
Get
Yeah.
so like all of Trunko's moves in a B7A. They all started with B, so I just kept that going.
I respect it.
You got the baton for 3 damage plus dizzy, the taser for 1 damage plus paralysis, the riot shield for 3 damage shield that healed with the shield bash, or 3 HP shield that does a shield bash, and basically it increases your base attack and stuff, base and badge attacks and such.
Yeah.
And then you have the donut for 6 HP, but that also inflicts efficiency down for a bit.
Going down to the birthright.
You also have got donut box, plastic donuts, and the deputy. I mean, I figured I can only remember one other cop character from Obese or double series of camps, and I figured, hey, that'll work for this.
The entire police unit's showing up to this fight.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah, it's a sample kit.
I
I think Adfly was also B tier. Probably gonna stay there too, because I don't know, Riot Shield's nice.
Yeah,
Build
checks
around
out.
that.
I
Big
think
Lady
this
the
is one of the
Lobster. This
first
one I think
characters-
might actually change tiers.
Holy
Or
shit!
LTL, that's an awesome character.
All right, but when are we getting Larry the Lobster Papa so this guy can use Scatterline?
I don't know.
Soon.
First off, you got the strong swing, which is just charge, but you can very pass the charge cap, but you'll become tired the turn afterwards. Here's if you do that. But hey, neat. Barbell Bong deals 6 damage, but you only have three barbells. It's pretty cheap for a mega attack, but you only have 3 of them, and if after using them all up, you'll have to wait 5 turns to get them back.
This used to be a stock cap.
Yeah, and it also used to be 3 FP and still 6 damage, and it sucked. But it's better.
Definitely an improvement.
I'm glad this
Yeah.
got changed.
So
Yeah.
so stacking, so he can stack charge up to 8, and combined with barbell swing, that'd be like, that's like 14 damage.
Yep.
The thing
That's
is,
pretty good.
I feel like it's worth mentioning that you probably just want to click try attack at that point.
Yeah, that is true.
Because like with
I mean,
8
Barbell Bong is
charge,
at the very
isn't it,
least
like,
cheap.
what I'm counting. That'd be like 27 damage with a try attack at max.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Anyways, Hydrokinetic Halt inflicts Soak for 3 turns, and Shaking Slam deals 2 damage and stuns all foes for 1 turn.
Pretty good.
Simple enough. Might be funny with
Yeah, that's
charge,
fair.
because AoE on charge is nice. Birthright is basically just buff booster for strong swing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think using Shaking Slam and then going for another charge. That could like put you ahead of your opponent if you're doing a 1v1 or something. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Better,
Shaking
I
Slam
guess.
might not be the best thing to go for if you're in a 1v1, because this thing is 8 FP, but hey, it's an
Oh,
option.
true.
I really need my opponent mobilized. Quick, take the stun. Really, Lobster tries to pull out the stun, only to realize he does not have the FP for it.
Yep. And yeah, you got Eden's Blessing to refill your barbells, and Final Smash for 25 damage, but you'll become tired afterwards. So
Hmm.
yeah.
So, real quick, what's the big change with this kit again?
The main changes are that Strong Swing now inflicts tired instead of immobilized, which probably better. And
that was-
Barbell Bung now costs 1 less FP, and refills after 5 turns, earns this rather than just being gone forever.
Ah. Well, not having a dead slot is a good change.
Yep.
And Strong Swing, I think, is better. That's what you just start swinging again immediately after, so...
Yeah, or just appeal or rally or hydrokinetic halt or whatever you want, really, as long as it's not just attacking.
Yeah. I'm not sure, honestly. Where was this guy originally?
I think he was C tier.
Thoughts?
I feel like we'd at least bump him up to B tier.
Yeah, I'd bump it up.
Yeah, it's not very remarkable B tier, but it's still a B tier nonetheless, I'd say.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's
It's-
now going to be eaten alive in this new B division metagame.
Yeah, well. We got Veil. I don't. We even look at Veil here? Because, like,
I believe we
I
did.
guess.
He
Yeah.
has a ranking.
Alright. Well, let's just look at this then, since I think there were changes here, so. You got white mask and black mask moves based on your HP. Simple enough.
That's
White mask
pretty cool.
deals 2x2 or 1x3 for 2 FP, and black mask deals 2x4 1x5 scaling.
Funny.
Teleportation trick is dodgy for 3 turns in both ways, but if you have white mask, deals 4 recoil damage instead. Vampire mask gives fuzzy or silken for 3 turns. Turns also for 4 FP. Illusion art gives painted to a target for 2 turns. Can paint more than 1 target in the same turn for 2 more FP. Mask Revolution deals 2 piercing damage, but after 2 turns, Rose is hit by a broad falling mask, dealing 4 accurate damage. And with Blast Max, and it circles around the opponent, and after 2 turns, they deal 6 piercing damage.
That's what the mask does. That's what the point of the mask is.
Alright, Ben
Anyways.
Mingo. He made a dream joke.
No, don't do that!
Let's see here. And then lastly, Magic Boom. You got 4 damage plus Sovereign for 3 turns, and 2 recoil damage for 6 damage, and Scorch for 2 turns. And Birthright is Happy Heart or Happy Flower, but based on your whether you're in white or black mask.
This all checks out.
So, yeah.
I don't think anything changed, honestly.
I think the last 2 moves are new compared to last time we looked at him, but I think that's all that's different, so.
Yeah, I don't think this ups his tier.
Yeah, you'll stay where he is.
It was
Beanie. Beanie got some stuff.
He's wearing a beanie! Oh, that's genius!
Yeah.
So
Let's see here. You got Tongue Ton, 6 FP. He can cost more than Ribbon Wrap, but also he can use his other moves normally with this, so yeah. Feet Flyers gives speed up for 3 turns and burns an opponent for 2. Not super great. Got Razorbacks. Get the 2 attack shield. Funny. And also have a 2 turn cooldown after breaking. And Ligma. It's a counter that inflicts toxic, and if it fails, he gets discouraged for 1 turn. Birthright. Being now gains a Sonic Charge every time firms an action with priority, which allows them to actually make use of that speed up. Sonic Charge, for the record, is if you get 3 of them, it becomes a fast charge. Which lets
I never realized this was just something that could be used outside of Borbonio.
Yeah, I gave it to him. This used
I
to
guess.
be gives fast instead of speed up, and which I mean definitely was better, but also that was probably a bit too much better.
Imagine fighting
Wow.
Beanie. They use Ligma, and then you die.
Ligma balls.
Oh god.
Anyways, Final Smash. And things Blackout, Toxic, and Stasis for 3 turns, and he gets Grudge for the same duration. This is probably
A
the best
little
Inflix
bit
gets.
mean.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, it's not too overpowered. It's just a lot of statuses. I'd say
Yeah.
like B or C tier is fine.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say C tier because I feel like he's
Yeah,
he's probably more balanced than he was before, but I feel like the main kid is just not
his
super exciting.
biggest tool just kind of got taken away from him.
Yeah, you're not really going to
Brisbane,
be
I think it's
making
more
any.
interesting than it was before, but also it's like hard to deny that it's definitely worse than it was before.
Wait, where's Beanie?
He was an A tier before, probably
Oh,
because he used to be able to get 3 turns of fast.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
If you're nothing without the fast, then maybe you shouldn't have it.
All right.
Yeah.
Oversized cop. We already looked at him. Wall socket then. Wall socket got some upgrades, I believe. Yeah, simple deal is so you can either be Tesla or Watt. Tesla has funny statuses. Watt mostly just does damage. And you can spend 1 FP to switch between the 2 of them.
So what's new?
First up, for Tesla, you have Electrified for 5 turns or Sparky for 3 turns.
So on exactly one of these.
Electrified and yeah.
Oh lord.
Flirt inflicts charm for 2 turns. There's 2-turn cooldown after the status wears off before she can use it on the same target again. And then lastly, you have Flying Glass, which inflicts Tipsy for 3 turns. Now, Tipsy is a very funny status because it doubles all other statuses on you and anyone who attacks you.
A reminder of what this has done for Boris.
Boris.
Yeah. And
yeah, the
combine
one's
that with
gonna be good.
Combine that with some of the other statuses that you got here, like I don't know, Sparky. It really is probably not as great on Sparky, but on the other side of the moveset, you got some pretty interesting things though. Paralyzer.
Yeah.
Inflicts paralysis for 2 turns, or more importantly, 3 stacks of discharged. -3
That is
electric
minus-
pow. This is particularly noticeable with Tipsy because you double -3 pow and it becomes -6 pow.
You can't play the game anymore.
Get piercing shot, which deals 5 piercing damage, and then lastly double shock, which deals 2 damage twice and inflicts conductive for 2 turns. Once again, probably good with Tipsy.
Yeah, this feels like it synergizes a lot more of Tipsy now I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like Tesla's moveset didn't change too much, but Watts just had no statuses besides paralysis before, and as such didn't really have many ways of taking advantage of Tipsy. Now they
Worth
do.
mentioning that you're only really getting to this point if you have quick change. As much as I
Yeah.
don't like quick change,
Yeah,
it
quick
feels like
change
it's
is
kind of
pretty
an
good.
edge to this character's viability.
Yeah, quick change seems sort of necessary because like you start with offensive pressure from Watt, and then like when you're trying to get FP back or trying to heal, you just use quick change and move to Tesla. Yeah, without it you could find yourself caught with your pants down, and
Yeah.
good character, I'd say.
Yeah. Definitely better than they were before, at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Final Smash used to give 3 stacks of Electrified.
And alright.
Yeah, Mega
There
Electrified.
you
Is,
3 foghorns.
Tesla up a tier because that
Yeah,
seems
C
about
seems
right.
a little harsh. I think B is
Yeah,
better.
that sounds right.
Yeah, I will be honest. I did expect more characters to go down on the tier list, but we're only a fourth of the way through the doc, so who knows?
The Crusade power creep.
may have been on to something during that episode.
Anyways, next up we've got Hill.
I also have something to share.
Yeah.
I just posted. Discord. Okay, there.
Who is it?
Hey.
Bingo.
Oh
achieved.
shit, we got a bingo. Let's go. We can end the episode now.
I'm here. Hi guys.
We got a bingo
Yeah.
and we got a bingo.
Wait, hold
Anyways,
on.
let's see here.
We
We
can
got
get another
Hill.
bingo. Quick, we need to find a way to yell at Caleb. What has he done recently?
Isn't here right now. That's something worth yelling over, right?
Oh my god, you're right. Caleb!
Got him.
God. Anyways, with Hill, you got the birds. They have 1 HP and don't deal damage, but it's like silence for 1 turn each turn. You have a maximum of 5 birds, assuming the opponent doesn't bother to kill them at any point. I don't know why you'd want that many, but you know, it's
Generally worth
it's
noting how much the birds shut you down if you let Hill build them up. And bear in mind,
yeah,
Water Candle's existence makes that extremely easy.
yeah. Water Candle doesn't really have any downsides on this move, huh? Since the birds are already 1 HP, 0 POW.
Yeah,
they
if there's
Sure, you're right.
Cut you
if you're in
up.
a 1v1 against Hill and Hill's got like 5 birds, you can't AoE to get rid of all of them. You gotta like
I will
go
note,
out of your way
however,
to.
I will note that Silenced does abide by stun lock, which somewhat gimps the move, but also this would be genuinely toxic otherwise.
Right.
Anyways, got a tree, which you know, deals 2 damage twice. It's a finger ring,
Yes.
except contact, I guess. See a Quacky Core. Drops a 4 HP, 1 death metal crate that acts like a shield. When it breaks, the person it was protecting gets an item worth 75 points or less.
Point generation. Well, item
Yeah.
generation, but
Nicely, you have Timber, which deals 7 damage to a foe, but also causes you to lose access to all of your moves except for Quacky Core. Or, well, special moves, anyways.
I don't know if I like this move.
Yeah, it's a little wacky, but it's a little odd, but at the very least, it's nice for last resort type deal.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's true.
Seems pretty.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of the birds being
costly.
toxic,
Yeah. The birds won't.
Wow.
The birds you already have won't go away if you use this move, for the record. So you know. Oh yeah, birthright. Field now restores 1 HP per bird on the field on each turn. Birds created with water candle don't count towards this.
wait, what
That's
do you
pretty
think I was
good.
talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not great. Like it's just 1 HP for a 5 FP summon.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like Happy Heart. You store it for each turn.
Yeah, I think Happy Heart might be better.
Well, yeah. The main thing is just if you have multiple birds, this is better than that. So, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a tricky balance. I wouldn't want to make this any better than it already is because, again, genuinely toxic.
Anyway, the most toxic character in the simulation.
Eden's Blessing, same as the Metal Crate, but it has no death.
Makes sense.
Which, you know, considering the Eden's Blessing is also an item, that's kind of funny. Anyways, Final Smash drops a Metal Crate for all allies and also crushes every opponent on the field with the crate, dealing 6 damage to each of them. So, yeah.
Alright, so what do you want in your final smash? All of them.
Yeah, so I believe was Hill. Where did we put Hill? I thought.
B tier.
Yeah, okay.
Sunlock
That
Claws
seems fair. I think. I'm not sure.
Sunlock Claws is a gimp, but they do have item generation, and item generation has proven decent. Though that said, I
Yeah.
believe it misses the range to pull nuts, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. At the very least, you can get a bunch of mushrooms or something. Honey
Yeah.
syrups.
Wait, this would have given Duck Candy an actual niche too. Now that I'm seeing it.
Fun.
God.
Let's see here. Spongy. We never really. I don't think he hasn't really gotten any changes. So and like he's already
I
an 8
think.
here, so I don't think we need to look over him again.
Yeah, I think this checks out.
Yeah. Uh, remote control. He's gotten a few things. The
Okay.
Reclone Con clone can mimic remote control's entire moveset, including badge moves, but only has 5 HP. Can only make one at a time, and any FP overheal on the clones goes to remote control. So, funny appeal synergy if you want.
Maybe. You know, I'm realizing like this is basically just objectively better plan for not too much FP more.
Yeah.
God.
Anyways, the Booma turret has 2 HP and 1 def, and each turn it shoots the foe of choice, dealing 1 damage and paralyzing them for the rest of the turn. Inflict Sparky if the paralysis doesn't work. It destroys itself after 4 turns, and remote control can't create a new one on the same turn it's destroyed, and you can only have one of them at once. The Bubble Shield protects him from all attacks this turn and burns whoever hits him directly for 1 turn. It has a 3-turn cooldown, though.
There's still something wrong about seeing the words plastic bubble followed by burning foes.
Don't blame me, blame Hunter.
I will absolutely blame Hunter. Where's the logic?
Anyways, the controller. You can choose which move an opponent does this turn, as well as who's the target if applicable. It makes him use a special move. The FP cost comes from his FP pool. This only works if they haven't moved yet. It's basically just possessed for 1 turn.
Oh, he has a 5th special move.
Yeah, previously he didn't really have a good way to make use of the reclone con clones. Because like all of his special moves, aside from Bubble Shield, they can only be used once at once, and like can't really control someone twice with controller, so I gave
Yeah.
him the Breaker Ray. Deals 2 electric damage to a foe and inflicts Soft Plus for 2 turns, and it can be charged to deal 4 electric damage inflicted for 4 turns. Soft Plus from this move caps at -3 def.
Yeah, this helps a good bit.
Yeah. Birthright makes it so that whenever his summons are defeated, they explode to deal 3 fixed damage to the attacker.
God.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Remote control is a summoner character, so he'll be having a decent amount of those.
Mhm.
Hotwire. All remote control summons will move 3 times at once, then promptly self-destruct. Birthright is equipped, remote control choose who's get hit by explosion as well. If item booster is equipped, the summons will move 4 times before self-destructing. Probably pretty good considering the buff to the reclones.
Probably. And Final Smash is just 5 clones.
Yeah, all of them are also magnetized.
Me with my convenient 5 damage AoE.
Yeah. Me with HP plus P.
Me with exactly 3 power pluses.
God. Yeah, so I think this is definitely a big. I think getting the break array is definitely a big buff to remote control, but isn't enough to break him out into A tier.
I'm not sure. As much as I like Soft Plus. Wait, didn't we move a character up to S because of Soft Plus?
Uh, yeah, but Slickstar was also very stupid in other ways because he got it up to -5 def, and I think he did
Oh.
other things too with it.
Okay, my mistake. Carry on.
But yeah, I don't know. Soft plus summons. I don't know. I can see there is an argument to be made there.
It doesn't properly push it up.
Yeah. Alright then. Uh, Doritos. This character's called Doritos, even though it's just the one, but whatever. Your rent is due, stuns an opponent for 1 turn, and prevents them using a chosen move for 3 turns. The move can't be dodged, it also can't be used on the same person again while one of their moves is already disabled.
The miniature McNuke.
It deals
That's
3 damage
amusing.
3 times. Debate it however you want. Granted, the only way you're getting 10 FP value out of this is if you're doing it all in one person.
Your rent is due seems alright. It's kind of a big commitment for 6 FP though.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, disabling a move can be nice. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
And because
Uh,
it's 6 FP, it means that it's applicable for the Epic Fortune
wait,
File
is
synergy.
there a cooldown on it?
There's no cooldown on your rent is due, but you can't use it on someone who already has a disabled move.
Right.
Hmm.
Huh, alright, that's fine.
You violated the nap. Has Doritos go to sleep, but the first person to attack her becomes paralyzed for 2 turns. Has a 2-turn cooldown though.
Yeah, this
And
character
lastly,
seems
just business deals 2 damage, 2 piercing damage, and inflicts -1 power for 2 turns, which, yeah. Birthright makes your rent is due and do disable 2 moves from the victim. Kind of
What is this
funny.
character? You know, I see how this character got the ranking it originally got because it is quite a mobilization line, save for the nuke button.
Yeah.
And the nuke button
And
is a nuke button, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure how much this pushes the character up, realistically speaking.
yeah. Then the final smash is 3x3 AoE and disables their most expensive move for 5 turns. Yeah, this one might go down to C tier, I think.
Yeah, the C tier needs some more proper damage dealers with that nuke. Let's send it down.
Yep. Hold on, let me check
Nathaniel
something real
Bandy.
quick, 'cause I believe there's... Yes.
Alright, forget I said
Nathaniel
anything.
Bandy every freaking time.
When are we getting the simple flips moveset okay?
Eventually.
Good.
Let me check something real quick. Like, there's like a gap between the obese Casca's one, because they didn't want to just rank them all at once when there are also other characters in the queue, you know? So that somehow resulted in them getting split up on the tier sheet, or CHR sheet.
Fair. That's fair.
Anyways, yeah. Yeah, I think... Yeah, Doritos is on here, but whatever. Yep. Next up, we have Eyeball, who didn't get too significant buffs, but I think they're necessary stuff. You got Thundaga is 1 piercing electric damage to 3 foes and paralyzes each of them for 1 turn, or deals 1 piercing electric damage 3 times to 1 foe and paralyzes them for 2 turns.
Makes sense.
Flare deals 2 fire damage and burns for 2 turns and is accurate. And one is Fire Shield, it still inflicts burn for 1 turn. Protect guy grants courage for 3 turns. An All-Seeing Eye. Eye is Eye of the Beholder, in that you get to see the results of the turn, and you can then spend 1 extra FP to change his move if you want. You still have to pay the FP cost for All-Seeing Eye regardless, however.
Makes sense.
Potentially decent, save someone's life with the Protect guy, or maybe just paralyze someone with Thundaga.
You know, that Birthright honestly makes a good case for this character being a lot higher.
Yeah, Birthright gives him a lot of options, to say the least.
I'm pretty sure if you have the right kit, this basically just means that you could just keep using this forever. Like,
Yeah,
that's only
I mean,
one
just
extra
get like a
FP.
Rainbow Inflictor on your side or something.
Like, if you have good FP regeneration, then what's the point of not clicking this button every turn and then just swapping your move after seeing what the opponent does?
Yeah, the main thing is that, it will cost Eyeball 1 FP per changed move. So, it's... since, that's separate from the actual FP cost, that you probably won't have... It will take... You can't just rely on the efficiency effects too much. But, still being able to change the moves on everyone on your team for this relatively cheap, pretty good, I would say.
Like, you can see how stupid this is, though, right?
Yeah,
Could
no,
be
I can
used
see it.
for really hard
I've
boss
been
fights.
on the receiving end of future sites before.
I do think this jumps it up 2 tiers. Like, genuinely, this
Really?
gives it an actual niche in a lot of boss fights on so fact of it's basically just a mini version of Psycho Mantis's Final Smash as a character.
Okay, but that tool's good, but are all the other ones as good to jump it 2 whole tiers? I mean, I could see it going up 1, but
I mean,
2?
it has some stuff that could actually make use of that future vision. Paralysis and the courage. And the almighty bat pepper spray. We can't forget about that.
True, true.
Yes.
It definitely goes up at least 1 tier, though. That is a pretty
Yeah.
wild difference.
Yeah, we can all agree on that.
Yeah, I'll put him in. I'll put Eyeball in B tier for now. I don't want. We've definitely had cases. This might be an Aiden case where the character relies a bit too heavily on Birthright to justify them going too much higher.
I mean, even
But,
then, it still has its 2 tools that I can use to disrupt things on hand.
Yeah, no, Eyeball is definitely a lot better now than he was before. Which, yeah,
Yay.
that's the main goal of me editing these characters in the first place. So, yeah. Punbook got a total rework.
Alright, let's see.
Will
Uh,
Funbook make it out of
So
F
for
tier?
starters,
Try
LK
no
no
now.
longer has an F tier character because this isn't even LK's character anymore.
no, I still have Goatley. Anyways, yeah. Punbook's base attack is funny in that if the opponent does, normally it does no damage, but if they have a movement denying status effect, like, I don't know, silenced or disabled or immobilized, then it will do 4 damage.
I'm gonna make
here's
Ed and
the-
Punbook duo and take down all the bosses.
It is
Hell
comical,
yeah.
but here's my question. How does this, like, with how base attack modifiers work, does this also hit badge attacks?
I don't know. I would assume it doesn't, but it might.
If it does, I do think this character genuinely, base attack is genuinely harmful most of the time. Because, like,
Yeah, I
it's
don't.
immobilization, right? He doesn't have
Yeah.
much ways to hit you normally. And he only has an immobilization is both has the stun lock clause hitting it and boss immunities. Unless you're fighting a boss made by battle abuse. But that's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, I mean, it. I don't think it's meant to be. I don't think the base attack is meant to be particularly good. It's meant to be funny.
I mean, it's funny. I'm just explaining something if once we get
Yeah.
down to the tiering stuff.
And like, Funbook can theoretically take advantage of it with funny joke. Just
I mean,
theoretically.
completely fair. It's just theoretical. It has no
Anyways,
bearing on
got Audience
It's
Riot,
so
which is
bad.
either a power attack or a 4 HP heal. Simple enough.
Oh, it actually does have
yeah.
some.
Got the Chapter 3 plan, which inflicts Sleepy for 1 turn and Poison for 5.
Is that a
Some
reference to
potential
something?
use for the advantageous setup. I think
Bingo.
this is.
Didn't you know? Punbook was in Danganronpa.
Yeah, that's what this sounds like. Is this a Danganronpa reference?
Yes.
Yeah, no, she was in Double Ronpa and was the killer in Chapter 3.
That's
And
insane.
this was the plan.
Just to give some context, Bingo. Like, so there was a chapter 3 motive, right? Which basically
Yeah.
just kind of meant you're forced to kill depending on how you do in mini games. They hated the twist so much they killed someone on day 1.
That's well, I mean, I guess that makes it an effective motive then.
Yeah. Anyways, Cloud Portal is 1 turn invisible. It's simple enough. Laugh is you get 1+1 charge or -1 curse, and you can also spend 2 extra FP to do another action after that. Maybe you can do something with like buff booster or something. I don't know.
I mean, I
Uh,
guess.
End of routine gives 50 coins and FP reagent for 3 turns. Simple enough. And then bitch slap deals 1 fixed damage. Yeah.
I mean, most powerful move. SSS tier instantly.
Yeah, Birthright. If you try to attack Punbook while she's using Clown Portal, you get slow for 2 turns. Probably good. And again, slow counts as a setup thing for the passive, so yeah.
This actually isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the final smash, it inflicts silence on all foes for 3 turns. Once again, this will work for the passive, and Punbook gains priority during that time.
So, given
Oh.
how much it talks about the passive, I do genuinely think this hits the badge attacks too.
Maybe.
Like,
Considering this is Punbook, I think we should let her have it.
Let me see if Waibako's on. If I can ask him that.
the problem is
actually,
that if we
yeah,
let them have
detriments.
it, I do think there's an argument for this character staying in the tier it currently is.
Wait, no, you're right. You had to tell me about detriments. Shit.
It can be.
Also,
But
I just
I would
realized
say
this.
I would at the very least like to put Punbook in D tier because like this is like Punbook's old moveset was trash and like this at the very least does something theoretically.
It reaches the
Sometimes.
bare minimum requirement for a moveset.
Yeah.
Punbook caught a dub.
So yeah, I'll just well, I actually don't know where it should be in D tier.
Also,
I do feel like we should come back to this depending on what the answer about the passive is.
Yeah. I mean,
We'll get
even
an answer.
if it does affect the passive, there is some potential argument to be made there because, like, that would turn Try Attack into a 4 XP if I'm not mistaken.
But bear in mind that you don't really have a way to buff the like get immobilization statuses and most of the things you use them for, except for boss fights.
Hey,
I
F
mean,
tier
like,
to D tier is an improvement. I say we give Pun Book a pat on the back.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
Also,
Funbook has a niche at the very least.
I just
that's-
realized what her doc's formatting reminds me of.
Yeah.
What? What does it remind you of?
Oh.
Oh,
Right. So, anyways, Objan. You got
I see.
Scarf Hammer, which is power attack, quick reflexes, which is dodgy for 3 turns, Scarf Trap, which is wrapped, and yeah, I think this is the same as Beanie's move. And then Square Gun, which is 2 damage plus immobilize for 2 turns.
They
Yes.
have it. Square.
Birthright basically turns wrapped into tightly wrapped, and he doesn't use as much FP while doing it. Eden's Blessing gives him a clone, and Final Smash at the very least does more damage than it used to.
This is apparently ended the world, and it only does 10 damage.
Yeah, no, I
10
had to
damage?
buff this too. I assure you it was no less. I assure you it was no more impactful in the actual series, considering everyone got brought back like a minute later.
Honestly, what I
I'm
would
putting this.
have done is that have this instantly kill all the foes, but they all come back 2 turns later. Same
See, that would
stats
be
as
cool. I'm putting them right next to Fun Book.
before. Down 2 tiers you go. Actually, where was Upjan?
He was in B tier.
Oh yeah, it's actually just 2 tiers. I like them.
How
Book.
did he get B tier? I don't know. And anyways, Jaw Fossil. I think this was one of the better obese characters, and considering Jaw Fossil was eliminated before that I actually did the moves heads before the obese challenge that made the move sets, or actually, Jaw Fossil wasn't eliminated, but he DNP'd the challenge, so I had to make the original moveset here, and I think the moveset is probably better for it. And somehow,
God.
which is weird because I don't know anything about Jaw Fossil, but like I barely know Tice, but like all I know is I played Bonk.io with him and
Isn't
he was
this
loud.
technically what happened with Gurk too?
Yeah. Regardless, you got Protective Pot, which is +2 def with guard badges, Green Missile, which is 3 damage, and every 8th use becomes 13 damage. Accusation, which deals gives him +2 power, but only against the chosen target, and Moderation inflicts silence for 3 turns. This was funnier when this status was called muted. Anyways, Birthright, you get Misfire activates more often, but it only deals 7 damage. Still overall a DPS increase, though.
Yeah.
And, Eden's Blessing inflicts ringing on all foes for 2 turns, and Final Smash
I'm
deals
hearing
13 piercing damage to all foes and paralyzes them for 3 turns. However, Jaw Fossil is then removed from play entirely.
it cannot be revived since he quit.
Yeah, I think Jaw Fossil is already an A tier, so I don't think I even changed him except for the guard badge synergy. So yeah.
I'm realizing. Oh wait, no, never mind. Dizzy dies 3 turns. Dizzy, I thought it was.
I think this character can probably synergize well with Pen Gelatin and Donut Fan 17. If Pen Gelatin and Donut Fan 17 brings up Birth Wrong.
All right, we're halfway through the obese stock now. On to Paper Christmas Tree.
Oh, I love Paper Christmas Tree.
I don't think he got too many changes. I think, yeah, this looks about the same. Got 4 damage and Dizzy plus Tired. Got a cycle move with a bunch of different effects. Admittedly, I feel like the red and I feel like you only really want to use red and green for most of the time since stun lock on bosses and all that. But yeah,
Man.
Birthright for that at least. I got Paper Shield, which allows the paper proceed to take all damage for an ally and counter anyone who hits him for half the damage dealt. Oh, no contact specification or anything, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And then Run for It lets him dodge all attacks in turn. It'll be forced back, but it'll be forced back to start the next turn.
I ran to get him.
Birthright. You can now ignore the cycle and choose the color of ornament used when using 1000-fold ornament crash. However, you can't use the same one twice in a row. Let's see here. Then you
I'm
get
realizing
goop
how
for the final smash. Paper camp lore.
Remember to follow Uber, kids.
How the hell do you replicate this with any other status, you know?
I like how the status just shot up to fame solely because of that. Like, it probably would be forgotten otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it works. I think this is briefly used on, like, unlockable soulstone that Mark made, but we removed that, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, being Cribbin, we're not looking to hurt again. She's still A tier.
Are you sure it's A tier? Maybe something happened.
Circumference. You got Cane Bounce. Deals 2 damage up to 4 times, with Staling.
Actually, wait, hold on. The 2 FP version is not worth it, but aside from that... Actually, also the 1 FP version. What the...
Well, yeah. It's more there for the flavor, you know?
I mean, I guess...
Anyways, you got a Bodyguard. 4 HP, 2 POW, permanent magnetized.
Realistically speaking, when I'm actually thinking about it, this summon having magnetized is probably not the best with how fragile it is. 4 HP is not a lot for this kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
it's not a lot of HP, but at the very least, it will protect Circumference and his allies.
I'm just saying, at least wouldn't show how to point of defense with it.
Yep. Then you have the Butler, which has 4 HP and 0 POW, and every turn after he's already been summoned, the Butler will prepare a small meal and heal someone's choice by 4 HP. If duplicated by Water Candle, the second Butler will only heal 3 HP.
Yeah, that is really good, I think.
Yeah. Might help out the Bodyguard a little bit, especially if you got, like, HP plus P, but still. Then lastly, you have Order. You order an opponent to do an action next turn. If they don't do it, Circumference's POW will be raised by 2 for 3 turns.
Effectively speaking, on boss fights, this is technically a cheaper bow buff. And even if they do actually reach the conditions to not activate it, you win. You made them do something you wanted them to do.
Exactly. Birthright lets you have two via the summon rather than just the one. And then Final Smash is 2x15 Staling.
Funny. Combine this with minus Goombas at CHF for fixed for extra value.
Yep. Let's see here. I believe Circumference was B tier before. I don't think he got too many buffs, but I don't know.
I think that still checks out.
Yeah, sounds about right. Folder's an A tier character currently. Let's see if he stays that way.
You
You got
swap as a move.
Yeah,
As well as
Corrupt Data.
inversion. But
Corrupt Data,
cheap.
which is point swap plus an inversion for 1 HP and 1 FP.
That is dirt cheap. Jeez.
Yeah.
God. And the character synergizes with it too.
Computer Virus. Inflicts a foe with Data Rot and Delirious for 3 turns. You also get those statuses yourself, so have fun with that.
Real quick, I need to see what Data Rot inverts to.
Super HP region, if memory serves.
I think it was something else.
That might have been changed at some point. I don't actually know.
Yep, it's Super HP region.
Yep, it's Super HP region. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Floppy disk. Folder saves its current HP and statuses onto a floppy disk, which you can load by using the move again. Both saving and loading have negative priority, and the save state will be erased when you load it, meaning you must use the move again before he can load it.
You got all these funny moves, and then you just got edgy costume.
Yeah. I only had so much to work with Folder, you know. This is something he had in Void, you know. I gave it to him.
Floppy disk is pretty interesting, though. You could use it on turn 1 or whenever you have full HP and you just have full HP in your pockets.
Yep. Floppy disk is obviously that's the main use of floppy disk, but you also it does have negative priority, so you can get cooked out of what you want to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And then restart just is an HP topper.
Yep. Also, yeah, birthright, which extends the duration of statuses that became positive when with corruption plus or with corrupt data.
Implications are fairly obvious.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure Folder maintains its A tier spot.
Yeah, like for starters, personal point swap with inversion. Like imagine what you can do with it for a second.
Indeed.
Yes. We're going down.
Let's
So I'm
see
not sure we
here.
need to look
Got
at Spy
spy
Hat again.
hats. I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't changed them since last time. At least not too much. I think it just got like a one quick cost change, and that's about it.
So going
Okay.
down to radio.
Huh.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were moving down.
Oh. Yeah. I'm just looking, just to make sure, and yeah, no, he's pretty much the same. Just main thing is that Warudo ignores electrified and spite and stuff.
Just in case you thought those statuses were a bit too useful.
Yep. Next up, we've got radio. You got speakers, which get 2 speakers with 3 HP and 1 def, and can be targeted independently from radio. Using the 2 hours of speakers, I will heal them if they aren't at full health, but I can't ever have more than 2. Sound waves deals 1 piercing damage to all foes and inflicts soft for 1 turn. Duration of soft is increased by 1 per speaker he still has.
You know? Oh wait, this is to all foes. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh
This
goodness.
move is actually pretty decent. Electric
I did
charger.
not.
Grants electrified for 3 turns, but when this move is used, each speaker will shoot a lightning bolt that deals 2 piercing electric damage to a chosen target.
You know, realistically speaking, you're doing this for the Twix 2 piercing.
Yeah. You know, once in a blue moon, electrified will proc.
At us, 25 million years in the future, finally seeing the first ever electrified proc.
Anyways, metal cap. Grants metal for 2 turns. And if he has speakers out, speakers will become metal if he does. Metal is just invincible with negative priority. It's pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, I can
Negative priority
imagine.
doesn't really
Discount
matter
compared
for the
to,
speakers, so
Rainbow.
Yeah. And then we got power plus for the speakers.
Yep. We'll note the speakers. We'll note you do need power plus speed to increase it any further than this because birthright will not stack. This just gives them the ability to attack.
Fair enough. And we get the Eden's Blessing, which is. Oh, that is. Oh, I thought it inflicted all of them for a moment.
Yeah, no, it's or, not and. And the final smash is 5 piercing and ringing for 3, ringing plus -3 def to all foes.
Seems fair.
Yep. Radio is an A tier.
Do we
Is he
think this
still
checks
an A
out?
tier? Do you think?
I feel like while it's good, I'm not sure if it's A tier good.
yeah, no, it's definitely B tier in
I'll
my
bump him
opinion.
down to B tier. I don't think he goes lower than B tier, but I can see B tier.
Hey, where's
Let's
radio?
put him right next to circumference. Next up we got Ice Cactus. Hi, Zawarudo again. Yeah. So yeah, you can confirm 2 non-special moves. You can still use badge moves such as dual attack. Moves before and stop time will ignore counter effects like electrified and spite. Road. That deals 4 damage. Inflicts dizzy for 2 turns. You get
What's
knife
up?
spread for 2x2 to 3 foes, and ice shards for 1 piercing damage or 1 ice damage plus freeze. You can also be charged up for a turn hit 3 times.
Wait. Hold on. Real quick with knives. Oh wait, it's a 2x2 to 3 targets. The wording was a bit
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah, no, that happens.
Alright, carry on.
Birthright gives you an extra version of Zalwar that lets you move 3 turns. times at once, or one normal size badge move plus one special move. You can't use it again while it's already active, though, so yeah.
And then the most amazing of me, Eden's Blessing.
Yes. Final Smash. Deals 2 damage 7 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sept attack.
Yep.
Alright, so ML, there was something on the bingo board about Fire Emblem characters, right?
Yeah.
I look at the next character.
This is a Fire Emblem character?
I think it
Yeah,
technically
just
is.
transformed into an object because reasons. Where's
Huh.
Ice Cactus?
I don't know. I'll count it.
We got it! We got the third bingo, boys!
Oh,
Where
did
did
we?
we put
Oh, we did. Let's go.
Yeah, why is Ice Cactus in A tier? Jeez.
What's the word down Ice Cactus?
Not A tier, that's for sure.
Alright, time to make not A tier a real thing, folks.
Yeah.
We finally added
Down to
A
B tier
tier
you go.
God.
A tier borderline.
Dragonstone. You get Breath of Fog for 4 piercing damage that ignores shields. Odd Rhythm for speed up plus accurate for 3 turns. Great Flame for 3 fire damage, 3 foes, and burn for 2 turns. Bit of a cooldown though. That you probably wouldn't want to spam this anyways, because burn. And then Deep
Yeah.
Breath grants Calm for 3 turns. Birthright allows her to give dodge all attacks on turn to use it as well. So yeah. Then Final
Is that-
Smash is Omni up less accurate for 7 turns. Yeah. Simple
I do
character,
appreciate how you just separate all the statuses. Like, there's an omni up status at this point, you just don't want to use it.
Exactly. Let's see here.
So I think the big note with
Uh,
Dragonstone is that the big screw you attack got nerfed.
Yeah, and like that's yeah, yeah, she can go down to A tier, B tier as well because like the big screw you attack was funny, but also it was blatantly underpriced.
Yeah.
And then we have Saw. You get the light pack. Gain dodgy alongside buffs to your other special moves. Once used, she remains dodgy until she runs out of fuel. She starts with 5 fuel, and if she's hit while using the light pack, she loses 1. She also loses 1 fuel per turn she has light equipped, and if she so desires, she can dismount early to preserve her fuel. This will use up her turn. Saw automatically recovers 1 fuel per turn she's not using the move.
Fuel.
So potential because you only get lose fuel when you get hit when with the light pack, and also 1 per turn, you could potentially have dodgy for up to 5 turns with this, alongside buffs to your moves.
That is a lot of value depending on how long you keep it going.
Yep. Steel Cutter. It's Break Slash, just straight up. Except you could use it on 2 people if you have the light pack.
You know, this technically means that minus Goomba can Dummy Goomba can learn Break Slash. Think
Yeah.
of that what you will.
Anti-Mech. Inflicts silence for 1 turn, but more importantly, completely immobilizes that player's summons for 3 turns. If Saw is using the light pack, the status is inflicted by this move lasts 1 additional turn.
It's a bit
Pretty good.
niche, but probably good where it works, where it really works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just throw this out against, like, Plumber Bro or something.
Yeah.
Plumber Bro jump scare.
Magnetic Handle. Grants Magnetize for 3 turns, and if you're using the light pack, you'll gain Repelled instead. Repelled is pretty good considering the fuel management here.
It also just kind of makes sure you don't get hit.
Yep. Birthright. Saw can now hold up to 8 fuel at once. She still starts with 5. And the fuel canister instantly restores 4 fuel. Probably pretty good with Soul of Eden.
Probably.
And the final smash. You get a nice good old mech. Mech with 8 HP, 3 power, 1 def, and permanent magnetizing plus 2 efficiency, and access to all the light pack variants of Saw's moves, but it disappears after 4 turns.
I mean, plus 2F with all the light pack versions seems somewhat decent.
Yeah.
But
Um,
it's somewhat evident that this was during a time where the Final Smashes weren't really that strong.
yeah. I mean, at the very least, this one's not the worst one on.
Yeah,
You get
I think that one
a
goes
decently
out.
bulky shield if nothing else.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Sa, I believe Sa was already in B tier.
Does it
Hold on.
still check out?
I think it does, yeah.
Hey. Oh boy, battery.
Battery!
I still think recharge is probably one of the most stupid moves in the simulations, and you cannot change my opinion on that.
Yeah, well, still. We're looking at the character again. Even though I don't think he's got to change. I don't remember changing it much, but regardless. Get charge up for +2 charge, getting pumped for, hustle. Recharge, stores 5 HP, only on yourself. You go above your max HP with this, gain +1 charge for HP of overheal. This can break the charge cap. It has a 2-turn cooldown, which it also starts on. So you can't just use this turn 1 to get, +5 charge right off the bat.
I will note that this cooldown wasn't even there originally.
Yeah, and like, that's fair enough. I should have added the cooldown, that you do. But still. Unless you have dance party. Battery starts a dance party on his side of the ring, getting everyone all energized and copying Battery's current charge to everyone on his team. Battery himself will get a little too pumped up and continues dancing for the next 3 turns. Battery had +4 charge or more, will instead of wear himself out, losing his charge and becoming immobilized for 2 turns, bypassing all immunities.
For the folks at home watching this is the reason the damage record exists. This is the
Yeah,
heck you have to blame for all the problems. Ignore the fact that I was the one who caused all the problems.
yes. Birthright. Battery now inflicts 1 turn of Sparky per stack of charge he has with his attacks.
That
So,
is
potentially good.
going back to the amount of charge I had at the end of that run.
I sure
80
do
turns.
love 82 turns of Sparky.
Same, man.
Eden's Blessing, it's recharged but 8 HP.
In
And
theory, it
lastly,
can double duty with Soul of
Showstopper.
Eden.
Deals 3 damage to all foes, but if they end up in danger, they will be instantly die.
I still do legitimately think there's a genuine argument for S tier on sole fact of how stupid, like, any good build of this character can actually get.
Yeah.
Because, like, it takes a bit, but, like, the moment this character gets to the point where it builds up the charge, the fight is over. He ends the fight on his turn.
I cast Soul of the Mirror World.
Not every character has Soul of the Mirror World pre-installed,
That's on them.
Anyways. There's potential, just you might not always get there because he does take a while. That cooldown is worth noting,
I'm just saying, double duty this with Soul of Eden.
Yeah. Anyways, Toho points. Get Sliding Chameleon for 2 damage for invisible and deal 2 damage to anyone who tries attacking her. Paper Cut for 1x6 scaling. His Unfit Barrier for paralysis. And Water Stream for 2 damage plus Waterlog. Simple enough. Birthright, that's not very exciting. Eden's
This
Blessing,
is
it's
literally just
Force Nova. And Final Smash is 1x9 fixed AoE.
I'm not sure on this one, honestly.
Yeah. Where was she before?
It's
She's
apparently B
B
tier.
tier.
This feels lower.
Maybe C tier. I don't want to go put any lower than that though, because like you still got invisible and scaling multi-hit and all that.
Fair. I do want to point out one other thing. Like, I'm sorry I keep going back to battery, but bear in mind that Heal Plus exists and it's a lot cheaper than it used to be.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's actually move on. It just popped in my head. I just wanted to point this out for reference.
Crystal Ball is up next. You got Vision. This is the same thing as I think this is pretty similar to All Seeing Eye, except just 4 FP rather than getting the extra 1 FP if you change your move. technically slightly worse, but also who cares? It's basically the same cost.
Fine.
Anyways, telekinesis deals 4 piercing damage to 2 foes. Pretty effective. Mind tricks changes the target of the foe's move to someone of your choice, which can be themselves. This can work on bosses, but only once per battle. 3-turn cooldown.
I sure do wonder what the niche of this one is.
Yeah. And allows
Geo,
the PSI
bro.
life up for 6 HP. Heal.
Giobo, why are you aiming the boulder at yourself?
Yeah. Anyways, Birthright just makes telekinesis hit 3 foes. Standard enough. Eden's Blessing is funny.
I can see it.
Final Smash. Deals 10 fixed damage to a single foe and inflicts paralysis on them for 3 turns. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Crystal Ball is in B tier, and that seems about right.
Yeah, they still have the vision thing, but I'm not sure how much they use it compared to, say, Eyeball, since you have to bear in mind that you only get one use of mind tricks on a boss per fight.
I mean, that is fair, but you still have something with PSI life up, you know?
I mean, I suppose.
Anyways, next up
Not
we
really.
have Rosalita, who actually has a tier list icon now.
Holy shit, they have a tier list icon. It's all over.
I don't think the moveset's changed much, though. You got Energy Orbs with 3 piercing plus Dizzy on 2 foes. Dizzy is only on 1 foe, though. Actually doesn't cost that much. Huh. Anyways, illusions. Rosalina creates an illusion of herself or an ally, which can use all their owner's moves and owner's base and special moves, but disappear as soon as they take any hit. Pretty good. Force Field. Negates all damage they take for the turn, but if she uses it on ally, then they won't be able to move if they haven't already. And then Starbits. Deals 2 damage 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Birthright lets you make 2 illusions at once or twice the FP cost. Potentially funny.
Potentially funny.
And Final Smash. I get a Grain Star, which is 15 damage to 1 foe and 5 damage to everyone else. Simple enough.
You know, I'll be completely honest. I completely forgot Rosalina was a contestant in Obese.
Yeah, she was in WoW too.
I did a double take when I saw this.
Yeah, I mean, Beaming Violets,
random
you know, they created an Obese and it just kind of disappeared. I don't know where they went.
I hope they're doing alright.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. In any case, Rosalina's in B tier and given illusion shenanigans, I am inclined to keep them there.
Clock.
Clock got a fair amount of changes, I think. Yeah, Plasma Hands for 2 piercing damage plus paralysis for 1 turn. Twice, I should mention. Laser Blaster for 1 piercing damage plus burn for 2 turns, but you can also overcharge the blaster and buff it to 3 piercing damage and 3 burn for 3 turns. If you do so, however, the blaster goes on cooldown and you must use a turn to reload it, even for the normal version.
Moves that require you to reload it are funny, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Windmill inflicts double time for 4 turns. I sure wonder what the synergy with that is.
I sure do wonder what this character's going to do with this convenient move. Say,
And
isn't that burn?
And then lastly, you have Plasma Guard. Protect paralyzed direct attackers for 2 turns, but if you'll be completely open to projectiles. If you get hit by a projectile, the move will be cancelled and it'll be left wide open. Yeah. Birthright makes the laser blaster automatically recharge after 2 turns. Saves you some turns. Probably.
Yeah.
And Final Smash inflicts slow for 6 turns on all foes. Effectively 3 turns with mobilization. Probably not that good, but oh well.
Probably not. What do you think of this
In any
character?
case, I think Clock is in B tier right now, and that's probably fair enough. Maybe could be C tier. I'm not sure.
I'm honestly C tier since I'm not too sure. I'm not like he has some stuff, but I'm not too sure how strong said stuff is. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. put you right here. Here we go. We got Eggy. Full rework on
Oh,
this one.
this is the one big one we need to look at.
Yep. First time we got the least change move of the bunch. Got Glue Gun. 1 damage inflicts glued and poison for 3 turns. Simple enough.
Yep.
Used to just be glue.
The Thwomp.
The Thwomp. Eggy finds a Thwomp. He's someone with 4 HP, 4 power, 1 def, and permanent spiky, but its base attacks take a turn to charge. May spend 4 feet to immediately deal 4 piercing damage to a foe, or to gain courage and airtight for the turn.
Alright, we need. Why don't we have a Thwomp thing on the soundboard yet? Ugh.
Anyways, Big Fart gives Stinky for 1 turn. Stinky, for those unaware,
redirect
attacks aimed at
everything
you are
to the
redirected to
target
the next
below.
person in the turn order, which, in this case, will almost always be the Thwomp, as long as it's alive.
Oh, that is a funny little thing you could do.
Yeah.
Granted, the Thwomp only has 1 defense, but like you could probably find something to do with it.
Courage and airtight.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Anyways, Communist Revolution. Takes all allies, including summons, HP, FP, and coins, and divides them up evenly among your teammates. If a stat can't be divided evenly, it rounds up. The FP coins for this move is used before FP is divided. Get exceed maximum stats. If someone gets FP, if they have always received FP from FP plus P, and if it got coins, may use its turn to buy items. Has negative priority.
So I do think that this move should do the division of all your stuff in Battle Party. Like, it only makes sense. It's just Bowser Revolution in a box.
Yeah. Eh. I'll leave that one up then, Al.
Communist Battle Party.
Originally this was just going to be the main change I made to Aggie, then I kept getting ideas. I'm like, let's do this. And so it's soon enough, they just had a full rework.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Birthright lets you have Communist Revolution affect enemies. This version cannot be used if it has caused any player's max set to be exceeded. So, yeah. Basically, harder cheese bosses with it.
Man.
Eden's Blessing. All damage, it just mirror star, but instant.
God.
Final
And we got
Smash.
1% of power.
Egg uses 1% of her power to actually move her legs and kick someone, dealing 15 damage.
Lord knows what will happen if they use 100% of it.
You may never know.
God.
So, Eggy is definitely much better than she was before.
Yeah, they actually have some stuff you can do with the kit. Like, honestly, its original kit would have been D tier. Now that I'm thinking about it, but like they have funny stuff now.
I kind of want to say A tier between the funnies with the Thwomp and Communist Revolution.
Honestly, Communist Revolution alone. Because bear in mind, that
Yeah.
also gets your allies FP in a pinch. If you have
Yeah.
a big FP bank stored.
Yeah, let me just... Where are the other of these characters? Yeah, there they are. And, I think, next up we got Minin. I had to make a lot of alternative elimination effects, or immobilization effects for this one. Freeze for 1 turn and
Now, what ways
paralysis
can I
for
use to
3.
eliminate Minin?
If opposed immune to freeze, inflicts frostbite indefinitely instead. Opposed immune to paralysis, inflicts sparky for 5 turns instead. At the time, this was intended to force the food to bring both ice and shock shield.
You know, all things considered, I'm not sure this is worth the 9 FP in most case scenarios.
Yeah, it's only worth 9 FP if it can paralyze for 3, and even then.
Yeah.
Electro Web. Paralyzes the next direct slash weapon attacker for 2 turns. If throws immune to paralysis, inflicts discharge instead. If no one attacks him, then it dissolves. Yeah.
I mean,
discharge
wait.
is definitely weaker than paralysis.
By a lot. And bear in mind, this doesn't stop the attack that's going to them.
Yeah. Purple guy. Minun summons corrupted purple guy in front of himself. Corrupted purple guy
What?
block the next hit Minun takes and then counters with the attack with the same amount of damage he would have dealt, and then it disappears afterwards. If nobody attacks Minun, then he throws a knife at someone and deals 3 damage to them.
Oh, guy.
I cannot make this up, man.
What kind of crack was taken when making this?
I don't know. Ask Wishmute. Anyways, then you got Thunderjolt, which deals 3 piercing electric damage to a foe. Birthright. Minun's electric attacks will deal +1 damage to people with electric statuses.
They
AK
only
pretty
have
much
one
just
elect-
Thunderjolt and his base and badge attacks.
Hmm.
It's something.
on base. I mean, I guess. And anyway, I'm not sure how much this character's eating, even with the buffs.
Yeah, I mean, there's something. Anyways, Eden's Blessing is an auto-use heal. And then Final Smash is 3x4 piercing and paralysis for 4 turns.
I'm not sure on this one, honestly.
Where was he before? I think he's like... I believe Minun was C tier, and I feel like that's probably where he stays.
This
Maybe.
does not really seem that good. Like, the main
Yeah,
thing
I
I'm
mean,
seeing is that Free Shock is way too overpriced for the fact that most formats are not going to let you hit them with the paralysis for 3. And the Electro-Web swap isn't going to be worth it.
yeah. I don't know. I guess I can put him in D tier, though. I'm not putting him lower than that, though, since I feel like there are probably funnies you could do with the electric overflow.
Yeah,
Particularly,
all
I don't know,
things
the
considered,
spring
I think the
Tridac.
best thing he has is the purple guy.
Yeah.
Why are these words I'm saying?
I don't know, man. Carlos.
I'll be
Neon
honest,
Lamp.
the amount of buffs you did to this character is absolutely stupid. The fact that you buffed hello to make it say hello to the foe is so absurd that I think it loops this character around the tiering list 3 times over back to Z tier. What the hell?
Anyways, Neon Lamp. Get the Electro. You get the Electro Overdrive, deals 4 extra damage and inflicts Sparky. You have Bright Light, inflicts Blind, and if you have Charge, it'll be consumed to let him blind all foes at once. You got Electric Charge, which gives him Charge. And then you got Bug Zappers, grants Electrified for 3 turns, and if you have Charge, it'll be consumed to turn Electrified into Mega Electrified.
Mega Electrified for
And
5
Birthright
turns actually
also
sounds
lets him
fairly
gets
solid.
+1 power while he has Electrified or Mega Electrified. What'd you say?
Mega Electrified for 5 turns actually sounds fairly solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And in Final Smash, deals 10 piercing electric damage and blinds foes for 3 turns. If I recall correctly, Neon Lamp's currently sitting in A tier, and I don't think. Actually, no, wait. Hold on. Okay, Neon Lamp's currently in B tier, and that's probably about where he stays.
Yeah.
He's got enough funny electric things. I think he can stick around in B tier. You know.
That's about right.
Drunko. If you're
Oh,
saying anything, okay.
I am not
I've-
saying anything.
I think I
cool.
killed him.
Anyways, I do want to point out that Neon Lamp just has a genuine niche with just base charge badge, since that's just a cheaper way to get all these charge synergies.
True.
And I find that funny.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you got some funny stuff. It's a simple kit, but it does the job. Blind is
Yeah.
very funny.
Indeed.
Whenever
So, where do we...
I'm keeping him in B tier for now. I think he has enough stuff to warrant that.
Alright, so how much further do we want to go with this? Because we just finished the entire obese mega doc.
Let's see, how much more do we got? see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, that's a fair amount of characters. I think we can stop about here. The
Yeah.
obese stock feels like a good stopping point.
I agree.
Anyways,
Yeah,
folks, I
and we
hope
can
you
just do the rest
enjoyed
of them
this.
next time.
Hope you enjoyed this different episode format. As it turns
Yeah.
out, we just had a lot of things that we had to go back and re-rank.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it's fun looking back at these older movesets, seeing what got changed and whatnot.
it's a good
We
trip through
probably
memory
didn't go
lane.
into as much detail as we did on the obese stack, but I mean, it's probably for the best that we remake at least a few of these characters.
Yeah. Worth mentioning that the obese doc took an entire episode, and we just cleared the whole thing in a single hour.
Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, yeah, we kind of speed ran it, but hey,
Yeah, a bit.
yeah. Plus, we didn't have to look at characters like we didn't have to look at all of them.
Yeah.
Anyways, that'll be all from us this time. We'll come back next time when we look at the other 24 characters and probably more because people probably realize that they should readjust their characters. So we might have to do more than our original list. But
If you guys unleash more characters to the point we're gonna have to make a third part, you're all getting grounded.
yeah, see you next time.